Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode, Knowing Entropia. I think I got it shared in all the groups. Did I? Nope, missed the most important one. I was going to share it in my group and forgot. So I hope everyone's doing well tonight. We got some exciting news for the show. A brand new discovery that I just came across tonight, and I was excited to do an episode. And John said he might be able to join the show as well, so we'll have someone to talk about Entropia and the new developments. And if you've seen the show title, you know what I'm talking about. No, it's the prospect that augmented reality, sort of like VR, but slightly different, will be coming to Entropia with the new game engine. So we got some evidence that that could be a possibility, and we're going to explore that today. And I'm going to just drop by the oil rig quick too. It doesn't really matter where we are in the game today. Might try to meet up with John at some point. I don't know, maybe he can give us a ride in space again. Hey, we got a viewer already. Maybe it's John. Yeah, let's see. It looks like he is online. All right, sweet. John is here. How do I Wi-Fi again? There we go. All right, so I got to get my headphones and then we can add John to the chat. Let's do that next. Now, I think this augmented reality news might have came out before, but I did get some new breakthrough news that I hadn't heard. Developments from, what is it, Apple and Google. So we're going to check those out as well. So if anyone's thinking, oh, augmented reality, that's old news. Well, there's actually some new news that just came out this week. So we'll check that out. All right. Just my headphones are in horrible knots. I don't know how that happens. Reminds me of the old PlayStation days. Hey, what gremlin? How's it going? Yeah, I read his and said mine at the same time. Ah, John's just crafting at the moment. Cool. Alright, so where the fuck am I? Hawk dig site. That's weird. I don't even recall being here. Oh yeah, I was at where is it called? What's the one with the oil rig again? Scrapyard. That's it. Alright, let's see if we can connect to John in the chat. Then after that, I got to get my beer poured for tonight. I actually broke out a whole cooler of beers for tonight. Oh, I can barely lift it because I put some ice in it. That'll be nice. Really, realistically, I can only drink 1 or 2 beers, but at least I can avoid trips to the fridge. We're moving up in the world. All right, let's see. We made it to the scrapyard. We did. All right, let's open up the chat with John. Oh, he's in the chat already. That's cool. All right, voice chat, create or join, general. I think that's how it works. Hey, John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Okay, so you said you got some new updates for Entropia?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Today I was just browsing through Facebook, and I got some news feeds from different local news stations, and one of them happens to be a big Toronto news station. So this Toronto news station was breaking the story that Google and Apple both have new smart glasses that are coming out, and they're about a year or 2 away. And they said that they're like a drastic improvement from the last generation, and it's probably going to be related to gaming. So I was like, wow, if the new game engine in Entropia supports, what is it, smart glasses, then they're probably going to support the new Apple glasses and the new Google glasses. So that's what the metaverse is going to be. I always think in the metaverse seems so weird because it was all virtual reality. But I think if the metaverse is augmented reality, that will give it a huge edge. Because augmented is a lot more new and modern, right? It's not like VR, where VR is kind of a lot older at this point. It's not going to shock as many people.
Well, one of the things about VR and augmented reality is that from what I understand, is that even in a small confined room, if you have the parameters set correctly, it will offset the vision a little bit so that if you're walking in a straight line, it will actually cause you to walk in a circle, but in the virtual reality, you'll be still walking in a straight line.
Yeah. I think one of the weird
I
things
found
with
that
VR
so
is
interesting.
a lot of times they keep trying to make it so you can actually move around in it. But I don't think a lot of people really want to do that. Most people just want to have a controller, right? So that they can walk with the controller but still look around with their head. A lot of people aren't into VR where they actually move their whole bodies all the time. And that's kind of weird. Like to actually have to walk on a treadmill is kind of weird rather than just using a controller or a D-pad or whatever the fuck you want to use. Why, do you think you'd actually want to play Entropia on a treadmill?
Well, from the uh, virtual reality equipment that I've seen, there are two main different types. There's an omnidirectional treadmill,
Yeah.
which is a huge piece of equipment,
Yeah.
and and has a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah.
And then there's a frictionless grip pad, or frictionless thing that you stand on with basically sock shoes.
Yeah. One thing I seen was kind of like remember the Nintendo Switch, or not Switch, the Nintendo Wii balance board? Or
Yeah,
that,
I actually got that for the what's it called? The Wii Fit.
nice. Yeah, so that you could just stand on one of those and lean in whatever direction that you wanted to move. Or the Tony Hawk skateboard, how you could lean on it. But I would rather just use a D-pad, to be honest. It is kind of neat to use your feet, though. I get the idea. Like maybe if they had a gas pedal set up for, some games came with those like gas pedals or whatever. So you could just
Right.
press your foot down if you wanted to go forward or back. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
But the only thing I was thinking, man, that like I got some more information about this augmented reality. I started to realize like what the hell augmented reality makes it so special. I didn't even notice the difference. And I was thinking the way it's so special, they could actually incorporate it into Entropia and have it like the biggest like metaverse idea ever. I'm pretty sure all the metaverses are going to do it. It won't just be Entropia. Oh, there's already someone here picking the oil. Those sons of bitches. No, I'm just kidding. It's not you, is it? No, you're crafting,
No,
right?
no, I'm on Cali.
No, because I started to realize, like, I was watching a few videos on how game design is working lately. I don't know if you've seen how game design has changed, like, in the past 10 years or whatever. Exit
I
here.
don't think so.
Like, a lot of times when you wanted to create assets for a game, like a level design or something, you had to be an amazing artist and you had to, like, draw it or whatever. Or there was, like, really extensive rendering processes. Well, now video game design has reached the point where people's cell phones are getting so advanced, they almost have like 3D scanner technology built right into the cell phone. So they can literally just scan their living room and then have their cell phone implemented as like a 3D environment and then put it in the game as a level. So people can like
Wow.
play their own apartments as a level. Sort of like how Mario Kart, you know how the new Mario Kart works for Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how they like make your house into a level or whatever. So that's like we're getting to the point where game design used to be so hard because you always had like difficult ways of creating environments, but now it's merged to the point where everyone's like normal technology is fine with it. Oh, sorry, I had a bit of a bloody nose and I just realized some of it's still on my mustache. Sorry, I'll have to clean that later. If anyone's wondering, it wasn't a bad bloody nose. I just got to stop picking it.
Didn't even notice until you said something.
No, I looked in the reflection. I'm like, wait a minute. I should have really looked in the mirror before I started streaming. All right, but anyways, so that's what I was thinking. Like, that's one thing that Entropia could do. I was talking about in my previous streams. Is why the hell don't they have like apartments as one of the main features that every account is binded to? So you know how we're binded to the sweat gun? You can't really get rid of the sweat gun. It's like binded to your account. Or have you ever noticed that some items like armor are like that too? If you win an armor set, you can't trade it with anyone. You can't put it in the trade terminal.
Wow.
So I was thinking
No,
that's
I
what.
never noticed that.
Yeah, like most items you can trade with people or get rid of them, but there are a few that are just bound to your account. You can't get rid of them no matter what you try to do. Well, actually, there is a couple glitches in the game where you can get rid of the items, but I don't think it's very nice to do it. Yeah, and some people notice that with weapons. There's how many active players play in Entropia? It's a question from Gremlin. I don't know, we'd have to check the active player base, but it fluctuates. It's usually way bigger in the winter than in the summer. Oh shit, the oil just landed here. Think I can actually get it?
Okay, got it, go get it. So we can come
Yes!
play with the Cali. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Ooh, yeah, we picked up 59 oil. All right, so now we're almost
Nice.
ready to fly back to Cali. All right, so normally when I pick up the oil, I tell everyone how much we got just in case anyone's wondering.
Nice. Congrats on getting the oil. I think I've
Thanks.
only gotten the oil at that rig like once or twice.
Yeah, it's hard. These days, there's always people here. Back in the day when this oil rig wasn't so popular, or what happens is sometimes like Calypso will have a huge event and then everyone will leave. But if you can come here and there's no one here, you can just find like, sometimes I come there'd be like 2 peds worth of oil just laying there. I'm like, all right,
Wow.
come and pick it all up. Oh yeah, I should open up. I don't know if I still have it or not. Let's see. Good. I used to have an image of one of the times I came to the oil rig and it was like all fucked up. Oh shit, I didn't save it in this folder. Anyways. Alright, so what I was thinking, what I was getting away from in Entropia, yeah, the Gremlin wants to know, is this game PvP? If I had to guess this game, let's type it in, see how many active players it has. It's a good question. Entropia Universe Wikipedia. Just to see, does it tell you the player base in here? Cost to participate. The game is free, but has in-game purchases, like most free-to-play games these days. Development.
I think the term is called freemium.
Yeah, freemium. I don't know, it doesn't say anything about the player totals. If I had to guess, around 50,000 active players. Definitely well under any of the other games like, whatchamacallit, World of Warcraft or StarCraft. A lot of those games would just dominate it in players, but Entropia is a much harder game, so it's kind of impressive that there's actually that many people still addicted to it. Especially since, like, if you're getting a gambling addict, this game could be a horrible, horrible game, right? Because if you have that tendency, it's one of the games you'd have to stop playing before you go broke. I've heard horror stories of people just depositing too much. That's why they have the deposit limit in Entropia. You can just imagine we get in the news how many people would deposit and fuck up big time.
Oh, right. Were you able to get any of the new Treasure Island shares?
No, I wish. I was thinking about buying them, but then I was like going to buy some crypto. And then I was like so happy now that I didn't buy the crypto because I seen the crypto market took quite the plunge in the past week or two. A lot of cases they lost like everything, anyone who had any money in it. I knew it was coming too because I seen that wallet problem where like a lot of wallets in Canada started to get banned and become illegal. And then everyone was losing all the money they had in the wallet because they couldn't even access it anymore. It was just one day you turn on your wallet system and it's all like you lost access to log in. And you can't because it's illegal in your province. It's like, what the fuck? But anyways, yeah, so that started to happen. Russia's banning cryptocurrency. They're planning to implement the ban soon. So it's like the cryptocurrency free fall. So in a way, I wish I did buy those. But hey, you can't always like... I was thinking that they were on Next Island. I didn't even realize that they were Calypso shares, right?
Yeah.
The name of it makes it sound like it's another planet. Oh, well. Why, how are those shares paying out? I heard something's going on with the Arcadia shares or something, too. Someone was saying
Oh,
something.
yeah. Arcadian Underground shares are going back up to like 110 to 120. Some people are trying to sell for closer to 140 on the high end.
Oh, for each share?
Yeah, for each deed.
Wow. That's pretty
where I
good
can
because when you
actually
think
start.
about it, they were down to like 70 or even 65 at one point. Someone could check the market history. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few that sold for 50,
Wow.
like a few years ago. So it's like a Jesus. Anyone who bought a huge stack of them for 50 each, they must be happy now. That's one of the things with Entropia. People bitch that there's no way to make money. I was thinking, what are you talking about? All you got to do is buy some shares and keep them, and hopefully you'll buy them low and sell them high, and then collect interest while you wait for the value to change. It's not rocket science. It's not.
If you want to play Entropia the most economical way you can.
Yeah, that's what I always
Sweat for
advise
the
players
first
to.
month. Sweat for the first month. And get up enough so that enough heads so that you can buy a few low end shares such as Crystal Palace shares or Next Island shares.
Yeah,
Entropia shares, I mean. Get enough for those so that you can have a decently small amount of capital.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. If I was
And
talking to
then
anyone just about
keep
to start the
doing that
game.
till you get like 100 of the shares. You have a pet of income per week or something like that. If you're able to get to that point, then start using the T2 weapons and then start wanting the creatures.
Yeah. No, the Entropia is funny these days that there's really so many ways a player could start and do the parts that actually cost money to do it, but actually not really have to pay. Because yeah, all you gotta do is buy a huge stack of CLDs. Once the CLD revenue comes in each week, put that in an account, and then take that CLD revenue and use that as your spending money. Then whenever you want to leave the game, you just sell your shares, possibly for more you even paid for them. Then you cash out and you're up. You don't actually have to take any risks playing like that. But then is that money that you make in interest going to be enough? You might actually have to make a pretty big deposit. I remember when I did that, I deposited $2,000 Canadian, and then the share payouts each week were so big that I was getting like over 100 ped. So I was like, oh, this is easily enough to support my Entropia habits. I usually don't go on much hunting or mining sprees, so 100 ped was enough to do a little bit of crafting here and there, and then I just kept collecting the revenue from the deeds. Sometimes I would even split the deed revenue in half. I would just take half the deed revenue, go on a spending spree, and then just bank the other half, so that I was at least going up and up and up each week. That was a pretty good way too. No, someone was telling me to get the oil out of this rig, you actually have to kill some of these ordnance. But I swear, sometimes you can just wait here for like hours and they'll give you 1 barrel for free. I wouldn't be surprised though. That would make it smart, right? Like a good way to make money. Make sure that you have the free stuff linked to some sort of activity. So someone has to hunt in order for it to give shit away. I bet you that's how slot machines are programmed at the casinos. Someone has to play a certain amount before it pays out. Oh yeah, that beer hits the spot. No, we're lucky that we bought a whole bunch of beer up and what was on sale, so we could get it for $1 a beer. President's Choice or no name beer, whatever you want to call it. Here, I'll show the type so people can see it. Everyone's always wondering what I'm drinking. No, it's not a light beer. It's still 5%, and it's just called no name beer. And it's actually made by President's Choice. And the reason it's in French too and Canadian is because we're in Canada. Or French and English, sorry. Not French and Canadian. Alright, let's get back to the game. No, I'm drinking in moderation, in case the YouTube censors are watching. Now, on YouTube, they're pretty nice these days. They said you're allowed to drink as long as you drink in moderation. So I'm like, alright, that's reasonable. When I was doing public broadcasting radio, they were pretty strict. You weren't even allowed to drink at all. They were even strict about drinking water. I was like, what the fuck? Need to drink something. All right, so some of the viewers probably just tuned in. Oh, Carbine. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Carbine acid is right. The AUD was even below 50 at one point. They started at 0%, but when they could be sold between players, it dropped a few peds. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to think the lowest I ever bought some, I think, was 45, maybe 43. Because I was thinking that's what I used to do, is buy them up, save them for a month, and then just sell them if the price had changed at all. Try to buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. All right.
Oh
So
yeah, I think I have like 11 or something. I think like 11 or 16 deeds in my shop at 115 approximately with tax included.
wow, nice.
So I definitely.
Oh yeah, remind me when you have a whole bunch of deeds and you put them for sale in the shop. Do you still
You
get?
still get the revenue.
Yeah, that's cool. I was thinking you did, but I hadn't done it in so long. I just wanted to ask you to make sure, because I was thinking, fuck, I'll probably try that soon. Oh yeah, it reminds me. I was just gonna say if anyone wants to donate some deeds to the show. But anyways, up here we got some sales. Speaking of donations, so who is it? Rubaid Cigar Ted Runar. He was nice, dropped by and bought the Aatrox claws. So we got an extra 2 ped from that. So big shout out to Rubaid. And I think he was the one that might have joined the Facebook group. So if anyone hasn't joined the Facebook group, it's Knowing Entropia on Facebook. So yeah, thanks for joining that too. Who else do we got? Oh yeah, another buyer. We got Pollyanna Cat 1000er Fairling. Yeah, that's a pretty wild name. So thanks for dropping by and buying some crystal. Not crystal meth, acimite crystal. Oh, that was a terrible joke. All right, let's see. Yeah, so we got a little bit of extra money from that. Let's check what our shop income is at now. This will probably take a little bit to load. I think what I'll probably do this episode is swing by Celeste Harbor and see how many, or Celeste Quarry, see how many people are actually sweating here this week. I found Arcadia is one of the worst places to sweat, and because so, sweat actually sells for a good price here. They actually have a mission that requires sweat, so you can actually sell it for a better price for that too. All right, so we're up to 40. Sweet. That's good news. So 40 there and 50 here. So we're up to 90 Project Entropia dollars. It's not too bad. 90 plus the 300 we got. So we're almost at 400.
Nice.
We're inching closer and closer and closer to our goal of 1,000. Then once we get 1,000, we're going to do that big crafting run. All right, so we got to finish up some of the more news about the augmented reality in Entropia. Got distracted there a bit. I think there was some other news in Entropia we're going to cover too. Holy, I can't believe how much there is tonight. It's a nice thing. If you don't play Entropia too much, you start to get to the point where every time you log in, there's so much to get caught up on. But if you play it like every day, then does get a little bit stale quicker. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna think of. You know how I was mentioning that apartment scanning thing? Like if you want to scan your apartment and make it a level in Entropia, or if you wanted to make it a level in any game in general. The video games have already done that before, where, what is it, Xbox, maybe even PlayStation, they came out with the camera, and then you could scan your face and put your face into the game. So that's what I was thinking, that Entropia, it's not the first time that they've actually released physical hardware, like these Entropia keychains that had the gold cards that you scan in, the good old Entropia, what is it, security card system. So what happens if Entropia, they wouldn't even actually have to release it as a physical object. They could just do it as an app for a phone. But anyways, so that you could scan one of your rooms in your house, like say your living room, your bedroom, whatever room you wanted to scan, and then you could link it to the Entropia game, and you could link it to an apartment that's bound to your account. So each player has a tiny, tiny ass apartment, and one of the rooms in it has the option to link with augmented reality. So what would happen is you would scan the room with either your cell phone or whatever device they want to use for scanning. And once you have the image of your room, you link it to your apartment in Entropia, and boom, once you put on the augmented reality glasses, you're set. All right, this is good. I wanted to go get some sweat, so I'll lure this guy away from the other people that are getting oil. Try to help out the community. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if they really want to make Entropia hit, like a metaverse, they got to have the social aspects unlocked for everyone. So that sure, you can get better apartments and upgrade to bigger and bigger apartments, but you can never get rid of the small, small apartment that they give you that's bound to your account. Just so that if you ever got augmented reality, you'd have an apartment that you could use it for right away. You wouldn't have to save up to buy it or anything. It'd just be like you have a base unit so that you could scan it and connect it. So if anyone's wondering, like, what's the big idea? Why would you even want to link one of your rooms in your Entropia apartment to, like, say, a room in real life? Well, picture you're like in lockdowns for like a year or two in the pandemic, and no one's coming over to your house, and you're like, oh shit, man, this sucks. No one can come over. I souped up my living room with all these nice paintings on the wall, or I got new furniture and no one can come over to see it. I can't show anyone it. So what you could do in Entropia is you could have your room linked up to the game. So then, yeah, either, I don't know how you could do it too. I was thinking you could do it two ways. Oh, we got another player join. Thanks for joining in. Love face and Slavic letters. Everyone's spamming. Just make sure you keep your clothes on. No, I was thinking one way you could do it is if your room was very bare. Like you're one of those bachelors that lives in an apartment. It's a very bare room. You could just have like the bare minimum of stuff, like a couch and everything. And then that would be automatically scanned into your apartment in the game. But then you could take Entropia objects and add it to that room, or I guess your real life objects. And then the nice thing about it too is the glasses. Yeah, let's get to the glasses part of it. So this was the upgrade that they were talking about on TV today. Hopefully they don't mind me sharing it. The website is called macrumors.com. And this was published on January 14th of 2022. All right, so the problem with VR glasses in the past, if anyone knows that Google Glasses was working on them for quite a while, but they kept running into problems, is they had really small glasses before. And what would happen is the battery life sucked, number one problem. Number two problem is the glasses would overheat all the time. So you had to use them in cold temperatures, and even then you were risking overheating. So that was two major issues, and they didn't want to make them as big as like VR goggles, so they had to find a happy medium. So that's the new generation of glasses they're coming out with. Instead of making them super thin and as big as VR, they're making them like ski goggles. So that's roughly going to be the size of the new VR augmented reality or smart glasses. So that way they can beat the problems that they had before. They can ventilate it better, and they can fit bigger batteries in it. And obviously it can hold more weight too. And it makes it a bigger screen. So I don't know, some people might not like that because they hate wearing ski goggles, but I don't know, I used to wear ski goggles for work all the time. They're actually quite fun to wear. I don't mind wearing them. The only issue I noticed is that they do fog up pretty bad. So that's one of the main issues. So I was just going to go through and go down, show some of the other images they got. This was the cool one, the ski goggle image. So I don't know, there's one little bit of a freaky aspect to these augmented reality glasses I didn't even realize. And the news was talking about it, is that they're coming with internet. So that's another addition to having such a big device, is they're going to actually have it like, not Wi-Fi, but actually internet capable. So I don't know if the smart chips or whatever they're called, the SD cards, or not SD cards, micro cards, no. Do you remember the name of the card that goes in cell phones?
SIM cards?
Yeah, SIM cards. So these smart glasses should be able to take a SIM card and actually go online. You know, it's one of the weird properties they're going to do is they're going to be able to show data in real time that comes off a network. So one of the major features, I was wondering, like what's pushing this technology for Google and Apple to try to release it so quick? And it's because of the pandemic, right? I guess I can't say it too much details, but you know how like in the pandemic you have to have like either on your cell phone showing the paper that you've gotten this, or you can get a printout to show it. But then in stores and employees are like, hey, we don't have enough employees to check the door and make sure that every person has the card, or make sure everyone has to check their cell phone or check everyone's paper. So that's what's going to be in the future is when this glasses comes out. The guy that's wearing this glasses will have a real-time feed that connects to each person's cell phone around him. So anyone that has a cell phone around him and walks in front of the glasses, it'll broadcast a little message that says if they have this or not, or how many doses they're at, or if they're due for a new one and how long. So that'd be so weird, eh? Like someone with these goggles could come up to you and be like, hey man, you're due for a booster in like 2 weeks. Better get that before you come back to the store, right? That'd be fucked up. But so that's one of the downsides of this technology is it will sort of be an invasion of privacy. And that's what I was thinking. Google ran into the problems with this before, is Google Glasses was considered such an invasion of privacy. If someone had all this information broadcast on their eyes, they could be taking pictures when they shouldn't be. But now with the pandemic, everyone's like, hey, all these privacy issues we don't care about, we got to do whatever we can to stop the pandemic. So that's where they'll get away with coming out with these glasses a little bit easier. So it's not all fun and games. There is a bit of a downside to the glasses, but unless you're totally for the passports for these, then it's like the ultimate, right? You can just look around and see if anyone's anti-vax or whatever, right? If you see someone who doesn't have a little symbol above their head, it's kind of fucked up. So I guess that's why Google and Apple, they're right on top of it now because of the whole world situation. If it wasn't for that, I think the augmented reality glasses probably would have had a bit of a setback because, yeah, people would have definitely said it's too soon. And I think it's kind of funny, like, do you think it's too big to wear actual ski goggle size augmented reality? Comparing it to like the really thin ones that they had before. Like I got like really thin work glasses or like the size of the Google ones for example. They used to be so light and comfortable, but if you compared it to wearing like big ones, I actually have a pair of smart glasses, but they're like old like retro ones that came out years ago. And basically how these work is they just have a camera built in the center so you can record stuff, and I was wearing them to try to do, extreme sports, and then have point of view shots. So I could like play disc golf and have my putts and everything just recorded. And they're a little bit heavier, but not really that noticeable. And they got a little spot that the SD card can fit in. It's like these lens holders are a little bit fatter. Oh yeah, there's the SD card spot. Volume dials, charger ports. Yeah, so the technology for smart glasses is pretty cool. Oh yeah, I never even got to it. Let's show. So what happens is like say you're playing Entropia and you soup up your apartment like super nice in Entropia, and you want to invite people to come over and hang out, but then you're like, shit man, I really wish we could hang out like it was like real life, like because we're in these lockdowns, it sucks, right? So it'd be neat if people could come over. And then this way, what you could do is go sit in your living room, turn Entropia on, put on your augmented reality glasses, and then go sit in the room that you have scanned in Entropia. So that way, if any Entropia players came over and like came into your apartment and sat down, not only would they just walk in the game in real life, but you'd be sitting on your couch in real life, and all of a sudden you'd see an avatar walk in and sit next to you. That'd be so weird, right? Like blending Entropia world with real life world. I never even realized that was such an option.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be neat.
yeah. And the only thing that would be weird about it is if you had like your mom or someone that was in the room and they didn't have the glasses on, then they wouldn't be able to see the person that just walked in the room and sat next to you. So let's, because only the person wearing the glasses would be able to see it. That's what I was thinking in the future. What we could do too is do what they did for what you would call it. I'm just showing the image here. So this is what it looks like if you scan the apartment. Yeah, so if you like scan your apartment into a cell phone or something, then you get like a whole 3D image. So you can see how this is very feasible to combine with Entropia. But yeah, and let me show the data to show how this is actually possible for Entropia. Almost forgot. Yeah, and like depending what kind of resolution your cell phone is, or if you have a 3D phone, like one of those 3D, what do they call them, 360 cameras, then they do really good jobs. So I don't know, they might do it with 360 in the cameras, or they might do it with just Apple's, or maybe Android apps can do it. Now that's what I was thinking too, like we're always thinking we don't have enough time to play video games, and we don't have enough time for real life. There's always that blend, or we can't find enough time for each. We're always trying to balance the two. Wouldn't it be kind of neat that like you could just put on your Google glasses and you're playing Entropia and you're going to chill in your apartment, but you're not sure if anyone's really coming over in Entropia? You could just leave it running and leave the glasses on. So you could be sitting at home playing PS2, and then all of a sudden if someone was playing Entropia, they could walk into the room and you'd be like, whoa, someone's walking in. That'd be such a weird sensation, but I don't know. I think that'll be the future of Entropia, and let's show why. I actually got a pretty cool selection of websites here with some data to support this. Let's see if we can find it here. Oh yeah, here it is. One of the things I was going to show first, yeah, let's show this one first, is you can see that this was Entropia Universe release version 17 or whatever. And where is it? Here it is. A new VR action was added to the action library. So if you had the Oculus Rift, then you could use it for Entropia. So just to clarify, this idea of Entropia and VR being connected together isn't really that much of a science fiction idea because it already exists, right?
Wow.
So I don't know if anyone's ever tried virtual reality in Entropia. I've never tried it because I figured the graphics are a little bit outdated to make it that cool, but who knows? Maybe it is. If anyone has tried it, maybe put it in the chat. We'll check it out, how they review it. All right, so now that we've established that VR is actually a possibility with Entropia, let's continue with the next evidence. Feels like an investigation here. All right, so if anyone hasn't heard, Entropia is updating the game engine, and they're switching to Unreal Engine 5. So they have a little bit of a migration issues, and people are wondering what it can do, the computers and stuff. So there is a lot of different information sources that you can get of what Unreal Engine 5 can actually do. So let's check out what I found for that. That one's pretty good. Here it is. This kind of blew my mind. I had a feeling that, Unreal Engine 5 launched with early access for the new VR template. So that's what Unreal Engine 5, not only is it suited for PCs, consoles, and cell phones, but it's also specialized for VR. And then I was reading more and more into the details, and look what it's got there. Not only is it good for VR, but also augmented reality applications. So this idea that Entropia is going to be the next metaverse, if the metaverse uses that idea of having like a virtual apartment linked with your real life apartment, Entropia can do it. It shows that it's the Unreal Engine 5 and AR. So we have all the evidence that it is actual possibility. Whether or not they'll do it is anyone's guess, but... And then that's a picture of what some of the high-end 3D scanners look like. But that one probably costs like $2,000. So it's probably better just to 3D scan it with your cell phone on an app rather than that. But who knows? Maybe Entropia will launch some sort of wild device like that. So instead of just launching these keychain devices, they'll be selling some sort of 3D scanners. So you can start adding real-life objects and destinations into the Entropia universe. Wouldn't that be weird as Entropians if in the future we can start contributing real-life objects and putting them into the universe by scanning them and shit, that'd be fucked up. And then we could do it two ways. We could even do it two-way too, so that you could get 3D printing files for all the objects in Entropia, so that if you say you found a really cool object in Entropia, like, holy shit, I love this like new gun or new scanner or something, you could put it into your 3D printer at home and print out a copy of what it looks like. That'd be sweet. That's how I was thinking. Entropia, as much as everyone's like, oh, what's a new game engine really going to bring to the game? I was thinking if they could start bringing stuff like linking augmented reality apartments and 3D scanning stuff in and out of the game, that'd be fucking wild. Like, I was thinking like, oh yeah, sure, the new game engine's going to give us some new graphics. That'll be pretty cool. But if we can actually start doing augmented reality, that will be like a whole new game. Whether or not it's going to be better or not, we'll see. Oh shit, I shouldn't have these playing. So anyways, these videos here, they show how like you can use controllers and stuff. What I was going to show is when I got into early VR, I actually got my hands on the Leap Motion controller. I don't know if anyone's heard of the Leap Motion. I should have got a picture of it. But anyways, it was just a scanner that sits on top of your visor for VR, and then it takes pictures of your hands, like scans them. So when you move your hands, that's what's in the game, not these weird controllers. So I was thinking that'd be kind of a neat thing in the future. But augmented reality does it to the next level. So instead of just having your hands in the game, your whole body's in the game. No, but I think that'd be a neat feature in Entropia in the future. If I had an Entropia apartment and I was in a lockdown and my friends wanted to come over and hang out, I'd be like, hey, why don't you sign into Entropia and you can actually come over and sit in my apartment. That'd be pretty weird, but how well it would work, especially if two players were both wearing the glasses, that'd be pretty intense. Or I guess how it would work best is if the player that was visiting someone's house was wearing VR glasses, and the person who's actually in their house would wear the augmented reality glasses, right? Because they're already in the real environment. Whereas a person visiting, they wouldn't be in the real environment, so it'd be better to wear the full VR. Yeah, that'd be a weird hybrid of equipment, but I think it would work. Yeah, here's the other thing too.
I think it would have its uses.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, people are looking for new ways to play Entropia all the time, and I think this is kind of a neat way to do it. See, here they were showing augmented reality. If you're a poor person and you have no money, or like you're a bachelor and you just got your first apartment, this is where the augmented reality could get really weird. Or especially if you're like in China and you live in like a cubicle apartment and you can't fit anything big. So what you do is you get the augmented reality glasses, and then you sit in your apartment and you have it hooked up to a game engine like Entropia, and then it starts actually rendering different objects. So say you wanted to get a really cool painting or a poster or some sort of like card like they have on this desk and you couldn't afford it, you could get like an NFT file, put that NFT file in your apartment and just like see the object there as if it actually was in your apartment. So literally you could get home from work and be like, oh, my apartment's filled with all these nice, expensive objects. But really it's just because you're wearing the glasses. Take them off and your apartment would be empty. But that'll be like the future of communism, I think, too, right? When the government starts giving all people everything for free, all the free stuff they give you will be stuff like you put on glasses and now your apartment's filled with all this expensive stuff. Everything will be NFT files. No one will actually own physical objects anymore. It's kind of a dystopian future, but maybe we can use it for some good at the same time. Let's hope. Because that's what those globalists often talk about when they write their documents. They want everyone in the world to be happy, even if they own nothing. So it's like, this is a good way to own nothing, right? Like you can just put on augmented reality glasses. You have all these objects you own, you're happy, but technically you own nothing because it's all just rendered. It's not actually real objects in your apartment. It's kind of a weird thing to think about, but I don't know. I could definitely see it happening. I don't know how much in the future. Probably our kids' generation, maybe grandkids. Let's hope it doesn't come so fast that we actually see it. You never know. Well, I guess, who knows how long it'll take for the new Entropia engine to actually come out. I worry about that too. We're talking about the new engine for Entropia, but maybe it'll take 10 years for them to finish it. Who knows, right? It could take a long time. 5 years, I guess, maybe that'd be more realistic. 2 years, that'd be really nice. All right, let's go to the quarry and see if we got anyone sweating.
Just coming to the end of 1,000 clicks. And I don't know if you've ever used a loot tracker.
I tried one once, yeah.
I found that Loot Nanny, because you can change the markup.
Wow.
It actually distributes it much better. And for stuff like crafting, if you know the input amount, and you only do the amount of clicks that you bought, and you don't recycle the extra.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, you just did 1,000 clicks of basic filters.
Yeah.
Which is what I just did. It cost me 50.836 head, and those 1,000 clicks, I got 46.8973 head in return. So
Not
the
bad.
markup, so the TT percentage was a 92.225% return, and with markup it came to 97.88.
Wow. It's not a
And the
bad
crafting
run.
session before that, I had a 108.85% TT with 114.51% with markup. And before that, an 88.22 with a 93.21% in markup.
Wow. Yeah, it's always
And
nice to even break even when you're crafting, right?
Yeah, and there's a little area. Yeah, let me see if I can show that. Here. Let's see. There you go. You should be able to see Loot Nanny.
Alright, I'll bring it up. Let's check it out.
There's this little extra space called Extra Spend, where you can put in custom amounts of spend.
Did you share an image somewhere? Oh, you got a stream going, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's open that up. Alright, I'll see if I can put that on the screen for us. Discord window. There we go, we got it. What do you know? Where are we going? Westward out. Alright, let's see, can we full screen it? There we go, even better. We got your full screen going.
Okay, with this you can see I put a note saying how many clicks I did and of what I did. I have to put in under extra spend because this is for the weapons and enhancers and decay and stuff like that.
Wow.
Well, extra spend is other stuff like armor, crafting, materials, stuff like that. And then it shows you can adjust the markups, what you want to use it as. And it's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I love how Discord allows us to share the screen like that. It makes it so much easier to do when you want to demonstrate what you're talking about. All right, so we got another question from the chat. It's Romeo Fox, and he wants to know, why Windows 10? I don't know what we were talking about before. Maybe Windows 10 came up, but I forget. Oh, maybe it's for what CryEngine 5 is going to support. I'm sure it'll support the latest engines or whatever, or operating systems. No, I heard that there's a new Windows coming out and that it's overdue, but I don't know the name of it yet. I don't think that much has been released yet. Because remember they used to come out with a new Windows like every 5 years, was it? Or Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000. I guess that was like every 3 years. No, the only thing people argue about using these loot trackers is they're wondering if it's okay with the Entropia terms of service. I think in most cases it is. You just gotta be careful what loot trackers you're using. And then what else was there? I think some people were complaining that they're worried that it will share the information if they get any secrets, and then other people will find out because of the loot tracker. But I don't know if that's really true either, because how often do you really find a secret? Like once 10 years. No, I'm starting to get so hyped about augmented reality now. I had no idea. Like, I was trying to think, what the hell is augmented reality even good for? And then I was thinking, like, yeah, you could actually simulate someone coming over to your house to visit you. And I was thinking, like, when you play Entropia and you get an apartment, how many people really use their apartments to have people over? And why? Because it's like you have your real life apartment, you have your Entropia apartment. Which one are you really going to spend more time in? But if you could hybridize those two so that anyone from Entropia could just walk in and visit your apartment, that'd be so fucked up. Especially if you can buy like a really big house in Entropia, which would allow you to have like, say 10 rooms, so then you can make an even bigger one. Alright, we'll have to go to my second screen while I reload the game. It crashed, but we'll be right back. So if anyone in Entropia hasn't seen my game room before, this is my shelf here. We got some Xbox 360 games. I even have a spot for Entropia stuff. That's the spot right there. All this stuff is Entropia. That's Entropia DVD. That's the Entropia gold cart. Excuse me. Fucking beer. Yeah, and I also got some Nintendo Wii console. I got the Wii U, but it's on the other side. We got Wii U games, or no, Sega CD, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, 3DO, PS2, some PS3, Nintendo DS, Dreamcast controller, PS2, or no, PS3, or no, PS2, Dreamcast, Xbox 360, and Nintendo GameCube wireless. So yeah, I've been starting to get into game collecting. Oh yeah, and this is a Bomberman action figure from Japan. It's like 20 years old too. Right. But anyways, let's get back to the game. It loaded. Now, if anyone's wondering if I spent a fortune collecting my game stuff, it's actually mostly secondhand finds. So it's like each thing I got for around 50 cents. So there's probably like $100 or $200 worth of stuff there all together. So it does look kind of neat. And a lot of it's some of the old games I used to have when I was a kid, and I just saved them. Actually, what happened was I put them in a binder and I just saved them. But then I ended up remaking the cases because I figured it's nicer to display them on a shelf than actually having them in a binder. You can actually see them this way. And normally I would never get into game collecting like on shelves and stuff, but with all the lockdowns and spending so much time at home, oh, thank you. I figure like, man, you gotta decorate a little so that you don't feel like you're in a prison cell. Yeah, this ain't too bad. I was complaining that there was no action for sweat circles on Arcadia, and look at this. We got a pretty good action going. Now, I figured I'd tell everyone in the sweat circle that we're streaming just in case they have any secrets they don't want to leak out on YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot to offer the link in case anyone wants to watch it. Fuck. Dum-da-dum-dum. Yeah, I'll tell him what we're discussing today. No, so what do you think, John? And what are the odds that Entropia is going to try to do some like groundbreaking new stuff, like adding VR or augmented reality to the new game engine? Well, I guess
I
VR it
I
already
actually
is.
don't know. I think it would definitely improve the gaming environment, but I
Yeah.
also think that it could also, if people aren't careful, it can also get them banned
Yeah, that's what I
with
was
what they
thinking.
actually put into their apartments.
Because especially when it comes to like,
Controversial stuff like swastikas
or if they try to do
or
adult content.
right.
That's what I was thinking. Entropia actually is a game for adults now, because they used to have it where kids could play, but I think it's up to 18 plus now. So they technically could add adult stuff as long as it wasn't that bad.
Right.
What was it? Someone was telling me that Second Life actually has like what is it, sex or something in it. I didn't even know. I don't know if that's true or if it's just a rumor.
I think it's true.
Yeah, could be. Someone was telling me that one of the old versions of Entropia used to have a dance that looked like sex, but they got rid of it because they wanted it to be more PG-13.
Oh, there's a glitch that you could I only heard about it from Green Toker,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I've
there's a
met him
glitch
before.
that you could perform where you would sit down in a chair with a tap activated, and then you would do like a slide or something, and you'd start doing some inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, one of the viewers
Personally,
has a question. He wants to know how much does Sweat sell for in Arcadia? Well, the funny thing about Sweat in Arcadia is they have a mission, and one of the mission requires 30k Sweat in order to complete it. So what happens is you get people that want to complete the mission, and they're like, fuck, I don't care. Whoever has 30k Sweat, just sell it to me, whatever price you want. So what I used to do is set my Sweat for sale at my shop and put 30k stacks, and I would put 30 ped. So it was like, what does that work out to? Like 3 ped a K or whatever. So I was like, that was a super high price, and the stacks would sell like hotcakes. So it's like I
that's
could
one
sell
pet
like
per
10 of them a
K.
day.
30 ped per 30k is 1 ped per K.
Yeah. So whatever, if you times it by 3 ped per K, what would that be? 90?
That would have been 90 ped.
Yeah. So take a stack and of 10k Sweat and sell it for 90. And I was like, oh, it'll never sell, it'll never sell. And then I put it in my shop and it was selling like hotcakes. And I realized it's
Nice.
because people just didn't have the patience. They show up, they want that 10k Sweat, and they'll pay whatever it is to get it, right?
Yeah.
It was fucked up. So that's why my shop on Arcadia actually sold better, because I showed the guy, I'm like, hey man, just look how much I'm selling Sweat for, and look how fast it's selling. And then he bought the shop for me for a really high price. He looked at that and he's like, holy shit, man, that's selling for really good. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why. It's because of this
What
mission.
mission chain is it again?
I can't remember the name of it. It's one of the free ones, I think. And then if you want, like, you can unlock your something like Arcadia mission chain or something with it.
Oh, I know. The one that only gets you a vehicle now and doesn't actually get you the uh
Oh,
arc faction or whatever it's called.
oh, they changed the whole mission, eh?
Yeah.
I figured that would
It
happen.
used to because that would unlock the iron missions for you.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I remember it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
mission chain.
Yeah.
So what do you else got going on in the game right now? You just got the screen going? Oh, it's because the crafting's going on a different screen, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe try putting the crafting screen up so we can see how that's going.
I don't know if I can show both.
Oh, I get
Let's
it.
see.
You're playing on a one computer monitor setup, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. No, I used to do one monitor for so long, and then one day I switched to two monitors, and I was like, holy shit, man, this is amazing. And then I ended up switching to three, and now I'm up to four. My new computer supported four, so I was like, all right, let's go with four monitors. I'm like literally sitting just monitors all around me.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. I can see your crafting now. That's sick. How'd you do that?
I just changed what screen it was focused to.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah, this is a bit more exciting. Now we got sweating and crafting for the viewers. Double action.
Oh, well, earlier today I got this as a job.
Oh, what is that? Ornament Device 3.
Yeah.
What's the markup on it?
63 clicks on it. Markup is...
Ooh, 1,000. That's good.
But that was only sold in the last year.
Yeah,
So
4,000. Yeah, I would try to get a higher markup because that one looks like a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Ornament Device 3. That's what I was thinking. I've only seen Ornament Device 1 and 2. I've never got 3 before. Wow.
I actually got a crafting spears MK3. I got a global off of it.
Oh, that's why. It's a global print. Yeah, congratulations. That's a good one. Did you ever watch the videos of my crafting tricks before?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
Can you link them?
I'll have to
So
show
I
them
can
to you
look it up?
sometime. I called it a 1,000
which
ped
one?
crafting trick. I think that's what I titled it. Now my crafting trick is pretty good. I used it last time to save up enough money to buy a shopkeeper, and we actually did it. So I was like, what the fuck, it worked that well.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. It took like a year, but still. The trick with my crafting trick is it works pretty good, but the loot isn't the greatest, but it gives you pretty good blueprints. So if you can take those blueprints and sell them, then you can actually profit overall. So it's a lot about your selling skills. If you suck at selling, then the trick just won't work. But as long as you can sell pretty good, you're in the money. And it's hard to sell too, man. Like I've been trying to sell prints for so many years, and it's hard to get good customers for prints. I think what the problem with prints is most people buy them once and they're done, right? Like they don't need the print ever again, so it's like a one-time sale.
Unless they're limited blueprints.
Yeah, that's why I actually don't mind limited blueprints. It helps the crafters, that's for sure. Or people selling prints. Do you hear like a beeping noise or something?
Oh, that's probably the game on my phone.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you can turn that one off, that'd be cool. The clicking in the game isn't too bad from crafting, but we got shitloads of beeps going.
Hold on, let me turn it down. Okay, that should fix it.
It's actually a pretty faint beat, but it's still can hear it. Excuse me. Oh fuck, man, you know what was the weirdest? The most I ever sold sweat on Arcadia, someone came up and listed that they were buying sweat for a high price. So I'm like, alright, let's try to sell them some sweat. Guess how much they paid for it? 6 ped per K. I was like, 6? Are you serious? I'm like, they're like, yeah, that's what I'll pay. I'm like, alright, here's 10K. And they're like, alright, here you go. And I was like, well, what was that, 60 ped that they gave me or something? I was like, holy shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Whatever that works out to. Or is that 600? I don't even know, but still. Yeah, it was a lot. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe someone bought it for 6. And I think after, someone was like, hey, you sold it or paid a little bit too much for sweat. And I was like, well, I wasn't going to argue with them. If they want to pay 6 per K, I'm not complaining. Sold. Yeah, if anyone wants to take a look at this too, I was going to show this off. This was the security card that I was showing from Entropia. I've still got the pamphlet from it too. So when you used to get the security card from Entropia, they give you a little keychain thing like this.
Nice.
I think if you can make it out, it says Entropia on it. Fuck, man. Piece of shit.
Nice.
There we go. Now we can see it. Entropia Universe. Has a little scanner where the card would fit in. Then they would send you this pamphlet, Entropia Universe gold card. And inside it opens up and it explains how to use it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't believe like Entropia actually used to have like physical objects they would send players. It's pretty wild. Sadly, I wrote on it because I didn't think I would ever keep it, but then all these years later, I actually did keep it. Now, I can't remember what year I got this. Might say on it somewhere. Oh well, let's go back to the game. No, really, they should have put the year on something, but I don't see it anywhere. If I had to guess what year this was, it was probably around 2012, somewhere around there.
Wow.
Holy, Carbine was saying that he still uses his gold card. Wow, congratulations. Did you know what's the funniest part? When I got my gold card, I actually lived in a studio apartment and I lived alone and like no one ever came over, like very rarely. So I never even used my gold card. But I just got it because I was like, shit, if they're giving away a free gold card, I'll take one. I think in order to win a gold card, you had to deposit $50 or more. And I deposited $2,000, so I got one no problem. No, if anyone's wondering why I deposited $2,000, I deposited it to buy the CLDs when they first came out. And I bought, was it 30 of them, I think, or something? Something like that.
Wow.
And then I actually got them for under 2,000, or under 1,000? Yeah, I think I got them for like 750 or 800 each.
Congrats.
The only shitty thing, a lot of people are like, oh, congrats, you made so much money off that. The only problem with that is I was deciding between CLDs or Bitcoin. And if I would have taken that $2,000 and put in Bitcoin instead, guess how much it would have worked out to?
A lot more.
Yeah, over 200 million. So I was like, oh fuck, too bad I didn't go for Bitcoin instead. But the only thing I think about in like hindsight, if I actually did get $200 million, I'd probably be dead. I would have like gotten on like huge partying binges and drank way too much and ate way too much fried food and probably would have had a heart attack already. So let's try how I'll look at it. It sucks as I didn't win 200 million, but at least I'm still alive. I don't know, I'm one of those people that has a bit of addictive personality, so if I had too much money, it probably wouldn't be a good thing. So having just the right amount of money to not go crazy is pretty good. Winning, like I think in overall the profits I made from that investment from Entropia instead turned out to be about 10 grand. But not if the tax man is asking. If the tax man's asking, I did not earn anything.
Well, did you take it out? And if you did take it out, then yes, you earned something. If you didn't take it out, then no, you didn't earn anything.
Yeah, that's true. No, what I did is I split up the amounts into small amounts, and in Canada, you don't have to pay taxes on lottery winnings. So I considered it lottery winnings, but I don't know how video game winnings considered in each state or province. Because some people call Entropia lottery and other people don't. But my province actually considers Entropia lottery. Because when you go to deposit money into it now, they say that you can't because it's a lottery. So I'm like, all right, if you're saying I can't deposit because it's a lottery, well then that means I don't have to pay income tax on the winnings.
That's nice.
Yeah. So who knows? And that was a long time ago too, like over 10 years ago. Something like that. Or maybe not 10 years, but pretty close. No, I bet you everyone kind of kicks himself for not investing in Bitcoin, but how did we know, right? Everyone thought Bitcoin was like a joke. I don't think too many people actually saw it coming, that it was going to reach that much. Oh, that was a nice click, eh? 73. Yeah, do you still got that beeping noise going? I can sort of hear it still.
Really? 'Cause I can't hear it at all.
It sounds like a metronome. How it goes beep, 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 beep. I don't know. It could be on my screen too. I don't even know. I guess, yeah. No. Well, I guess, yeah. I'd be hearing it on my screen too. Maybe it's something to do with the level where I'm standing. There could be something beeping here. Oh, I know what it might be. It might be one of my websites. I might have left one open that's beeping. Let me check.
Oh, I'm thinking about redoing my website and getting an official domain for it.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, has anyone came over to see your apartment yet, or no?
Yeah, quite a few people have come over to see my apartment.
No kidding. Wow, sick.
Come over. I actually got like 4 or 5 recommendations from people being recommended to me from other people.
Wow. Probably from your guild too, right?
Yeah. I do offer 10% off all of my society members on anything I do in game.
Wow,
So.
that's cool. I'm just seeing if I can try to stop this beeping somehow. Is there a way that I can try muting you? I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, if you come over to my name and you click mute.
There we go. Clicked watching stream. Oh, user volume.
It should say right below user volume mute.
Yeah, that's so hilarious. Yeah, it's coming from your game stream. That's where it's coming from. Because when I mute you, or when I just mute the game stream, I can hear it or stop it, but when it's just your voice, it's fine. So somewhere you're getting a beep.
I wonder if it's the clicking, because it does a...
Try pausing the crafting, see if it stops.
Let me get to the point where I can stop easily. Okay.
Maybe it's that tracker program or something.
Okay, that would be 2.
Yeah, the beeping stopped now. So it is something to do with the
clicking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just
yeah, because it goes ka-ching, and then it's got a beep, 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 beep.
Really?
It's weird.
Let's switch back to the name.
Oh, it could be the tracker. Maybe that's what's beeping. Yeah, there's no beeping now.
Yeah, I just switched it to the tracker.
Weird, huh? I've never heard that beeping before either. It's kind of like a high pitch beep.
Yeah, I've never noticed it while clicking. Maybe
when you watch the stream later, if you want to check, you can see where it's coming from. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it is Entropia and I've just never noticed it before.
Because I know that it clicks when
Yeah,
it makes a
usually
noise when...
it usually goes ka-ch, 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 over and over
Yeah.
again when you're crafting, huh?
Yeah.
But that beeping noise, I don't think I've ever heard before.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hope they improve in the new Entropia is if they could make the noises a little bit less repetitive. Because even the sweating gun is kind of annoying how it just clicks and clicks over and over again, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they needed to make some kind of noise, but
You know what? If it was up to me, I would for crafting, I would have 5 different noises. 1 for failure, 1 for near successes, 1 for successes, 1 for globals, and 1 for halves.
Yeah. I think there is one different ones for Hoff and Globals, right? That's for sure.
Yeah, there is, but that's the same noise for all things. But if you had a specific one for crafting per se, it might spice it up a little.
Yeah. Alright, it's fine if you put it back to the game. It was just kind of neat to try to track down where the beeping was coming from. I don't think it's that loud of a beeping. If any of the viewers can't stand the beeping, just let us know. We'll turn it off again.
Yeah, I can just turn it off and game sound effects, lower the sound effects.
Yeah, I wonder, you could try muting the game sound effects and see if that changes it. Because I don't think it is the game, because I've never heard the beep before, so if it was coming from Entropia, I probably would have heard it. But I was thinking, what else could be beeping? Excuse me. Maybe the track here? I don't know. What else?
Okay, I lowered the interface effects, interface sound. Let's see if that fixed it for you.
Sure.
Windows, back to Entropia.
Yeah, so were you tempted at all to try to buy the Google glasses when they first came out, like 10 years ago or whatever?
No. One, I didn't have the money then.
Yeah.
I was still in school at the time.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised they even came to the market. Someone was telling me you could buy them. I was like, I thought it was always just like beta test units or something. I didn't think they actually sold them. No, for me, I was kind of tempted, but I was like, I don't think the battery life is good enough. Unless it can last for like a day or two. I don't want to keep charging something over and over again. I'm already sick of charging my phone and my watch and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be neat in the future, like 100 years from now, when like kids, they don't have to charge any devices. You only have to charge your phone like once a month or something. That'd be nice. Actually, it reminds me, one of the first cell phones I ever had like a really tiny screen on it, and it was like just black and white or whatever. And fuck, man, the battery on that, it could last like once. You'd only have to charge it maybe once every 2 weeks. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty sweet. It's like charge your phone twice a month, you're good. But then again, there wasn't really much you could do with it other than just talk to people.
Those talks were limited by the amount of minutes you had.
Yeah. So what happened to your screen? It's got 2 dots going.
What do you mean?
It's just loading or something, huh?
What is that?
Maybe it's something to do with Discord. Because I can switch to this and it'll show your anime image. But if I switch to that, it just shows loading screen. Which is weird because underneath it shows that you're live.
Yeah, that is weird.
So I figure if there's a way to break it, I'll find it. Should I click stop watching and see and reconnect and see if that fixes it maybe?
I just tried relaunching the thing.
Alright.
Are we connecting to something?
As far as me, I think my internet's still good. Yeah, we're still in the green.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me try stopping it and relaunching it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, that fixed it.
Okay.
And the beeping noise is gone. Excellent. Oh wait, there it's back. You know what it sounds like? I was thinking, like, you know when you're in a submarine and it's got that little radar beep in the background?
Oh, yeah, that.
That's what it kind of sounds like. We're underwater. Doot, doot, doot. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that your avatar's a girl, because I was like, well, why do you have all those girls' clothes? Oh yeah, so you said your mom's still playing the game. She hasn't quit yet, huh?
Yeah.
Man, that's lucky. A lot of times when I find someone to play the game with, they just quit right away.
Sorry to hear that.
I think it's Entropia. It's one of those games that's so hard, it makes it really frustrating, right? So I don't blame people for quitting. It's a lot easier to just switch to a game that's easy. Especially if you're already rich, too. I was thinking if you're already rich, it'd be kind of weird to play Entropia. Maybe. Because a lot of people do play it to try to get rich. Chasing the dollar. Oh yeah, John, did you hear about the big, what is it, the acquisitions with Microsoft getting a hold of Activision? And was it Blizzard or something?
No, I didn't.
Wow, holy shit, you didn't hear it. Yeah, so
I usually don't pay much attention to news.
Yeah, I usually watch all the video game news shows, so if there's any big video game stuff, I usually right on top of it. So what everyone's saying is that it's kind of a little bit good because Activision hasn't made a new Tony Hawk's game in a long time. So they're thinking if Microsoft bought it, they're going to start re-releasing some new games. So let's hope that's true. I didn't mind the Tony Hawk games. I thought they were pretty good. Actually, part 1 and 2 is the only ones I tried. I never really tried after that. I don't know why. I think I just got a little bit bored of them because I played them to death. And I think the game format changed a little bit after part 2.
Oh, that was a nice hit, praise God.
Oh yeah, and what is the other company? Candy Crush, StarCraft, whole bunch of really big games Microsoft got the license to now. So I guess the argument against this is maybe if one company owns all the games, then it's not such a good thing because maybe they just stop making them, but who knows?
Well, if they stop making them, then other people are just gonna fill the vacuum that they left.
Yeah, and it would be kind of dumb to
like. It will take a little while to do that, but.
And two, why would you buy a whole bunch of game licenses and just not use them? If you're not going to use them, you might as well not buy them. Oh fuck! I left my cooler open. You know you drank too many beers when you leave the fucking cooler open. Jesus. No, once I had a job working for Microsoft customer service, and it was kind of a fun job. It was back when they had the red ring of death problem, so they had to open a whole bunch of call centers. I've actually got a Xbox 360 now, but I haven't played it much yet. I was gonna try waiting till my new TV's fixed or my old TV, depending how you look at it. And if anyone's wondering, I still didn't get the refund from Walmart yet. I messaged them again. I was like, come on, guys, what's taking so long? Am I getting the refund soon? And they're like, oh, sorry, sir. We'll respond back to you right away and escalate this. And then no one responded. Fuckers. But to be fair, I don't really have much time to watch TV, and I don't really have any shows that I like watching, so unless I'm going to be playing retro games on the TV, there's not really much I'm going to use it for. So it's not the end of the world, not having a big TV. I do have like a 27-inch hooked up or whatever, so it's better than nothing. I rarely use it.
I'm gonna be munching on some popcorn, so...
Alright, if it's loud, you can always mute it if you want. Now, I noticed one channel I watch, this guy's like eating all the time, and he's like eating this really loud, crunchy food. I'm like, for God's sakes, man, can you just mute it while you're chewing, please? So annoying.
There's a whole bunch of channels branded around that so-called ASMR, but it's really just a lot of noise.
Yeah. Some days I kind of wish I could stream, well, I could if I want, stream on Discord, because I do have, or not Discord, Twitch. But I was thinking, like, playing music while you play video games, it's kind of like everyone's already doing that. Oh yeah, have you ever heard of, or have you ever tried Roblox before?
Yeah.
You have tried Roblox before, huh? Wow. Did you like it, or is it too kiddie?
I haven't played Roblox in years.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It came out a long time ago, yeah? Now, I never even realized Roblox is like the Entropia universe, but for kids, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Except the stuff in the hood that you buy with real money, you can't actually take it out unless you're a creator.
Oh, they have limits. Because someone was telling me that when you get Roblox, you can actually sell them and get real money for it. But there's different places you can sell it to. They said you can sell it to the official game, and that's what you're allowed to do. But they said some people actually sell it to private people, and you're not supposed to do that, but some people still do. When they said if you sell it privately, then you can get more money for each Roblox or something. It's kind of weird. I didn't even realize that. They had, like, Roblox is basically the Project Entropia dollar. It's kind of a neat concept too, that like you said, if you're a creator in Roblox, then you can create levels and then you win Roblox if people play your level. So in a way, it's like Entropia. It's a video game that you can win money from. The only thing I didn't like about Roblox is I found, like, yeah, like I was saying before, it's almost always kids playing. It's like so annoying. And really, a lot of times you're just running around in circles, not even doing anything. I don't get it. What is the objective to Roblox? I guess each level has a different objective or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out by watching the videos, and I can't make out like what anyone's trying to do. It seems like a lot of times they're just running and jumping, and I don't know what else you can do. Dig or something? No, that's Minecraft.
With Roblox.
Oh, you can throw Roblox, eh?
No, with Roblox,
Yeah.
there are a lot of different worlds that you can enter.
Yeah, so I was thinking there's like a lobby list, and like you can enter one of the lobbies or something, and it's like a level. Alright, I'll be right back. I just gotta grab something from my shelf. I can almost reach it, but I have to unhook some wires to do it. All right, we'll be right back in 1 minute. I'm going to use the washroom while I'm up too, but I'll be right back. Oh shit, I died. Fucking hell. Alright, we'll be back. Back to life. Oh yeah, while I was gone, I remembered one of the things I wanted to talk about AR that I forgot to mention. It's like, you know how in augmented reality, you could have like objects like different furniture in the room and stuff that's not really there? I was thinking one neat thing that you could do is you could have augmented reality clothing. So you could wear a shirt, put it on, and it would just have like electronic stuff in it. It would just be like a blank shirt. But once you go into the game, anyone who sees your augmented reality person in the game would see like different clothing, whatever you program it to be. Or whatever clothing you buy in Entropia, it would show up on your real life.
That would be neat.
Yeah. Virtual clothes. Now I know a lot of people are probably thinking about these like NFT files and virtual objects is so stupid, but when it comes to the future world, the planet's going to be so limited in resources, and everyone wants to own the same stuff. So really the only solution we have is to make it virtual, or we just won't have enough for everyone. Maybe that's how Jesus fed fish to everyone. It was virtual fish. He had augmented reality going. No, I'm just breaking up a little bit of weed here because all the weed I had was used up. Normally I would just put it in the grinder, but man, sometimes there's seeds and I don't want to get the seeds in there. Yeah, if anyone's wondering what strain of weed this is, it's All Kinds 47, or AK 47 is what they also call it. Or Atlantis. Atlantis is another name they give it. It's hard to find. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Me and John were talking about Atlantis earlier in the show today. There's a couple candidates for it. One in Africa.
Oh yeah, what I was trying to say in that video was that if you actually, there has been studies done on the water content on the inner and outer rings, and in the center of the eye of Africa. The outer rings have salt water, while the center has fresh water, and has mountains to the the north by northwest,
Wow.
which goes completely with Plato's description of Atlantis.
Yeah, that's true. If water would have changed in the past. You know what they say about
Which
North
it
America?
has.
Yeah, that's what they say about North America too. They said that when they checked the Great Lakes, they actually found in history that the Great Lakes used to be salt water. And why is because the entire continent was actually covered in water. And why is because before the ice ages, there wasn't any ice. So everything was melted and there was a lot more water on the planet. So it's kind of neat theory. I don't know if it's how true it is. Maybe it is. Probably. Yeah, especially when they find the fossils, because that's what it was in the Great Lakes. They found fossils for saltwater creatures. Like, well, if we're finding saltwater creatures, fossils, that means there must have been saltwater here. So that's probably what they found in Africa too, is it used to be flooded in a lot of parts back before the Ice Age. That's the weird thing we keep talking about, that global warming is so terrible and stuff, but in actual fact, we're still in the Ice Age. We haven't even finished it yet. So we're literally paying a tax to make it colder fucking during an Ice Age. Oh well. I guess you're in Florida so that you'll actually want it to be colder, but man, up in Canada, I can't believe that they convince anyone in Canada that they want it to be colder. I'm like, for fuck's sakes, man, we get winter like 9 or 10 months a year. How much colder do we fucking want it? Do we want winter 11 months a year? Is that what we're going for? Let's hope not.
No, they want to be like the Canadian geese and just migrate down south
Yeah.
for the summer. For the winter, I mean.
You know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, one of these days I'm going to take a trip to Mexico. I want to go south for a change instead of always traveling north. Going up north is fun and all, but man, south would be neat to see too. Alright, looks like everyone is left here. Everyone I was sweating with is now gone. Let's see how much we collected in sweat. Ooh, only 300. That was a bit of a shit show. But at least 300 is better than 0.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to make at least 500, but let's see how much we got in storage.
If you end up wanting the Gallards,
Ooh.
they give a decent amount of sweat versus the amount of time and damage they actually do.
Yeah. No, if you check it out in storage, I had 7K, and we're up to 700, so we're getting close to being able to sell a 10K stack. That'd be sweet.
Do you still have your shop on what planet was it?
I've got Rocktropia and FOMA. Sadly, I sold the the Arcadia shop quite a few years ago. No, the Arcadia shop was nice because it sold sweat so fast. It was my fastest sweat selling planet. That's why I miss it the most. Now, I should really do a show about all the different planets or all the shops that I owned over the years. I used to own a shop in Emerald Lake Mall. That was a really nice one. It was a small shop, but at least it was in a mall. It was kind of neat. Yeah, have you ever been to Emerald Lake Mall or not much?
I don't think so.
It's one of the ones that you don't come with the teleporter naturally, so you have to actually find it to unlock it. Or maybe that's New Oxford. I could be getting the two mixed up.
No, New Oxford you get with the unlocking Port Atlantis.
Yeah, that's right. Now, having a shop in the mall, it was kind of weird because sometimes I would just stand in the shop to see how many players would come in. And after doing that for a while, I started to offer a pawn shop service. Where it's like, if anyone wants, I can buy your items. So just come to my shop and I'll buy your stuff. And the funniest part, people just kept coming. So I'd have like lines of people coming in the store to try to sell their stuff to me. And it was funny because I'm like, you know, guys, I have to try to resell it in the store, so I can only offer you a low price. And they would still sell it. So I was like, all right. I could literally just stock my shop from people coming in and selling the stuff to me. It's like they bring all the shop inventory right to me. So that was kind of fun. When I sold the shop, I think a few of the customers were pissed because they're like, oh shit, there goes the guy that we were selling all our shit to. Yeah, those were some wild days. I was able to get a shop in Emerald Lakes Mall for I think around 8,000 ped.
Oh, nice.
And the guy that I bought it from, he had just bought it a week before and he got it for 4,000. I was like, oh, you lucky bastard, eh? He doubled his money in a week. But then when I sold it for 30,000. So I actually got a fair bit of profit too.
Nice.
That's the trick with real estate. Sometimes you just gotta hang on to it and the price changes.
I'm trying to decide whether to sell the FAP that I have and upgrade to from a first aid pack adjusted, or no, make it 10 first aid pack adjusted, to a what's it called? Sorry, I'm blanking.
Yeah, it's all good. I forgot what I wanted to say last time too.
EMT kit.
Oh yeah, the healing kit.
350 modified. It's not much of a price upgrade, but it's not much of a price difference between what I actually bought this FAP for. I think I bought it for 5K.
Wow. Now I was lucky when I used to do healing. The guy that I healed for, he would just provide the healing tools, so I never actually had to buy them.
And if you look back here, yeah, that was me earlier this year. Actually, last year. I think I bought it in November.
Oh, the healing tool. Yeah, I see it there now.
Yeah. That was me.
Wow.
And then someone listed one at the tier 1, which had a this, I don't know how high this, well, it's a decently high tier rate. But if we come here, space, contract, and come here to tools, and if we come here to medical.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when the sweat circle stops. Everyone comes here to get oil. Like, ah, fuck, no more sweat.
Yeah, someone's selling it for way too cheap. They're selling it for below 2,000 ped what I bought mine for.
Wow.
Just a few months ago.
So that's a pretty big price change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how prices change on stuff. I know I watch the Pat the NES's Punk show all the time, and they like to complain about how video game prices change so much. I don't know, I think price changing makes it interesting. It's not that bad. Sure, you lose sometimes, but sometimes you win. Can't win in them all. Alright, so what I'm going to do is try to watch the oil rig and see if I can see where the oil sprays out. If anyone's seen this, how this oil rig works before, it makes like a shooting star, so you can actually see where it goes. Sometimes. Sometimes it just goes indiscreetly, and then everyone's like, oh, I didn't even see it. But more often than not, it actually leaves a shooting star. So let's hope if we get another one, we'll be over a buck's worth or a Project Entropia dollars worth of oil if we can get a second one. We already got one so far today, thanks to a little bit of good luck. I don't know. I heard a lot of people in the U.S. don't like Biden anymore. Is it true that like does your family hate Biden now, or you still like him?
We try not to pay much attention to
Politics.
politics.
Well, that's a better way to do it. I noticed that too. Some people are like, "Oh, do you like this politician or like this one?" It's like I haven't liked any politician my whole life. It's like, well, who the hell likes any of them? Usually they're always corrupt. It's hard to find one that's actually good. It's like looking for a lawyer that's honest. Sure, there might be one out there, but they're pretty damn rare.
Yeah.
If they are, they're probably not too good at their job. Yeah. Now I'm thinking the world events. The only thing that I really keep track of now is earthquakes, sometimes volcanoes. I was looking into that Tonga explosion. Politics isn't as fun as it used to be. Yeah, video games is another good fun one to watch. Yeah, I still can't believe that the video games in Europe are so much different. Like, I tried to fix my Nintendo DS boxes and they're double the size. I was like, what the hell? Why in Europe did they make the game sizes so big? Or the cartridges? Or the box to hold the cartridge? The cartridge is the same size everywhere, but for some reason in Europe they made the box like twice as big.
Wow.
It's annoying because you go to try to collect it and you're like, oh, now these boxes take up all the room on the shelf. Should have made them smaller. Fuck, man, there's like no oil coming out. You know, sometimes what I like to do at this oil rig is I'll run around in circles, but I'll keep looking at the oil rig so that if it does happen to shoot out, I'll still be looking, but I can run around and search for oil at the same time. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
So, what does it look like when the oil rig shoots out the little star, the little boom?
Yeah, usually what happens, if you go into the stream, you can see it, because I saw like last time I picked it up. What it happens is there'll be like a black smoke and it'll leave a trail. Sort of like if it's like on fire and it's going through the sky and it leaves a trail. So you'll see a little trail of smoke going somewhere. And wherever that trail of smoke goes to, if you run to it, you'll find where it landed. We'll see if we can find it. I'll keep looking at the rig so that if it does go, we don't miss the meteor or the tail. So even if we don't pick it up, we'll at least get to see the tail. Yeah, in order to see it, you usually have to be at least facing the oil rig in some sort of angle. If you look away from the oil rig, it's hard to notice unless you're looking right where it goes.
Right.
It's funny too, because I picked up oil at all the other rigs and every other planet, and this is the only one that does the meteor. I don't know why. They must have just programmed it different or something. Did you ever hear about the old oil rigs that they used to have on Cali?
Yeah, I actually went over to the oil rig when I was still hunting,
Wow.
which I don't do anymore.
I think.
And
How many was there? I'm pretty sure Calypso used to have at least 2, maybe 3
Yeah,
oil
2.
rigs. Was it 3 or was it 2?
2 that I know of.
Yeah. Because there was the
They
one where
changed
the one that drops out the
them.
really big stacks of oil. What is it, like 3 pet a stack or whatever? And that one's called
the Ashy.
yeah, Asher or whatever it's called. And then there's the one that at the smaller oil rig, and they used to call it the welfare line because everyone would just line up, and then whenever the oil came out, it was someone's turn to go pick it up. So you used to have to like wait in line. It was your turn. You could go pick it up, and it would always land in relatively the same area. And they never did the smoke trails.
Wow.
So that was weird. But I don't know why they ever closed that oil rig. I was thinking because maybe Entropia didn't like that people are just lining up for it. They wanted people to actually fight each other for it so they could get money back. I guess they didn't anticipate that everyone would just line up next to each other. That's kind of neat when it comes to the Entropia community, to think that we all bonded together. Instead of trying to kill each other, we actually worked together. Well, in most cases. Sometimes someone would come and just kill the whole line of people. I think that's what they liked too, is when they had that line of people waiting for the oil. It made it good for a Hall of Fame if someone was doing PvP. Because they could just come there and kill like 30 people at once because everyone was in the line. And no one was anticipating someone coming and killing everyone. Especially when they get no rewards. It's so weird. Why would you kill a whole bunch of players if no one has any loot? Doesn't make any sense. You're just wasting money. Yeah, let's hope that the oil rig shoots the oil and it like lands right next to us. That's actually happened to me a few times in this, even at the other oil rig in Cali. Now let's back up a little bit so if it really shoots out far, we can see it. Probably a little closer is better. It's too far away. We'll move over. Oh, this guy's leaving. I was going to say, looks like he's taking up. Oh, someone got a global. Was that you?
Oh, it was the guy next to me.
Ah, son of a bitch.
The old wabbit.
I heard the global sound. I was going to say congrats. And I was like, wait a minute. Who was it? Oh, fuck. There's a guy with a gun there. The Ortons.
I think I've only ever gotten one global off of basic filters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I used it for years and years, never got any, and then I was complaining that I never did, and then I think I finally got one. It was like 5 years of trying.
I can actually bring up my Entropia Life account. I just have to log in.
Yeah, I used to sign up for that too, so I could check out how many globals I had.
Entropia Life.
Right, there's a lot of times that the oil will shoot out right here or right here. So that's why you'll see sometimes players stand here, because this is a good place to stand. The only problem is sometimes the Ortons come, so then you'll get killed.
Crafting globals, here we go. Let's see. I'm sure I got a global earlier. Did it not load?
Yeah, so to go back to the augmented reality topic, man, apartments in Entropia linked to augmented reality. I'm trying to think what else in Entropia would link good to augmented reality. Apartments. I don't think crafting would. Now I was thinking what they should really do for the new Entropia game is try to find a new way to make money for free in the game. I know that they've never had ads before in the game, but dear God, if they could just add like optional ads where players can make a little bit of extra money on the side, God, I think that would go a long way, but who knows. I know some people will be very against the idea of ads in the game. Even though technically we do have ads. Those ad boards you can pay to rent ad space.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish we had like an ad terminal in every person's apartment. So not only would you be able to do the augmented reality stuff, but you could actually watch an ad terminal in your apartment and just generate a little bit of money for the game. That'd be fucking amazing. I know some people would probably exploit it, and that's why they don't do it, but God, if they could find some way to regulate it. I know YouTube, what they do is they just usually put that "Are you watching" thing. So if anyone tries to exploit it by just letting the ads run, then there'll be a little thing that'll come up and say, "Are you actually watching it?" I know Entropia Partners, they used to have ads that you could watch that paid actually really good. I remember back when I first started Entropia Partners, I was making like $100 a week just from the ad watching.
Oh.
Yeah, that was fucking sick. I can't believe that it was ever that good at one point. That's what I was thinking. If they had it that good at one point, I bet you they could do it again. It's just a matter of time. A little bit of luck. Get the right contract with some ad company. Oh no, the guy next to you got another one. Now it reminds me when I used to go to the casino in real life. That would happen a lot. Like the person next to you always wins and you're like, oh man, why is it always the guy sitting right next to me?
I usually don't think like that. At least I try not to.
Yeah, it's a bad habit to get into. Oh, there he goes again. Now, Kenny versus Spenny. Have you ever watched that show before? It was an old show, I guess, now. Anyways, the Kenny versus Spenny, he went into the casino and he tried to find some people that are playing the casino so he could interview them. So he goes and he finds this person and he interviews them. And they're like, hey, how long have you been playing the roulette wheel? And they're like, oh, we've been playing it for like 2-3 hours, always betting on number 10. And we're just hoping number 10 comes up, but it just never does, right? So Kenny watches and watches, and they're like, wow, this number 10 just never comes up. So then the person finally gives up and like, oh, we can't bet on 10 anymore, we have to leave. So Kenny takes the money and he's like, all right, I'll bet on 10 after you leave. So the person leaves or gets up and stops betting. And what do you know, it lands on 10 and Kenny won. So it kind of like, it's weird how the universe is programmed like that. If you're like next to someone and they're trying to win so hard, it almost seems like it increases your odds of winning. Because the universe will allow you to win just to spite them. As bad as it is. I'm sure it doesn't actually work that way, but it just seems weird. What are the odds? As soon as the person stops, that's when it happens. I actually got my brother and tried an experiment like him with that. I'm like, hey man, you're pretty good at picking when the 00 is going to come on the roulette wheel. Can you tell me when you think it's going to come up? So he waited and waited, and he's like, yeah, I think it's going to come up in like 20 spins. So we counted 20 spins, and he's like, oh, I'm not going to bother betting on it because even though I think it's coming up, it's probably not. And I'm like, I don't know. You said it's coming up in 20, so I'm going to bet on it. So I bet on it, and what do you know? I won. He was so mad. He's like, oh, fuck, I knew it was coming up in 20. And I'm like, see, you should have took your own advice. I should have gave him some of the money. I tried to, but he wouldn't take it. I think what it was, I bet $20 on 00 and it came up, so it was a pretty good payout.
Yeah, it's like what, 37 to 1?
Yeah, something crazy like that. No, even the dealer, they yelled as soon as the number came up. They're like, oh, someone bet $20 on 00. And then what do you know, it landed. And it actually got people in the casino to cheer. They're like, all right, someone won. So rare. Yeah, I miss casinos. One of these days, once we get our normal lives back, that's one of the first places I'm going to go. I'm not going to go for the gambling, just for the fun of it. See everyone gamble. Get a buffet. Oh, that'd be good. Have you ever been to a casino buffet before?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good, huh? Yeah. Normally
A
how
little
they...
bit of an update on my exercise so
Yeah.
far. Since getting the exercise bike, I've done about 23 hours of actually riding on the bike
Lucky. Yeah, I'm
and
way
have
behind in my
ridden
bike riding. I used to
and have
bike that
ridden
much.
and I've ridden for 47 miles
Wow, nice.
on 12,000.6 thousand calories.
Nice. What I used to do is bike 10 kilometers a day. So it doesn't sound like that much, but once you times it by a whole month, it actually adds up pretty good.
Yeah, that's like what, 7-8 miles?
Yeah, I'm not even
Something like
sure what the
that.
conversion is. And that's when I started doing the 10 kilometers a day. That's when I noticed my legs, they actually transformed, like muscular wise, but it took an entire summer. So it's not like I got the results right away. I had to keep biking
Yeah.
10 kilometers every day for a whole summer. And then by I'd say near like the last month of summer, that's when I started to notice. I was like, oh, finally got some leg muscles. Took a whole summer. But usually when I bike as fast as I can. So it's like every day that I'm biking, I'm just trying to go faster and faster and faster and faster, to the point where it's like by the end of the summer, I'm going like twice as fast as I used to.
I don't know if you have that exercise bike that I got
Yeah, I
that
seen
you
the
can get
picture of it a
one.
few months ago or weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah, it was last month.
Yeah, a month. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a nice exercise bike.
It
You're
really
lucky because,
is.
man, I'm in Canada and we got winter. Technically, I can go biking, but it's just too dangerous. You can hit a
Yeah.
patch of ice and wipe out really bad. So I'm just going to probably wait till spring and then do some biking then.
Looks like this crafting run's going to actually be a TT positive crafting run.
Wow, how's that possible?
It happens
Yeah.
actually fairly regularly for me.
Yeah, it depends
Like,
what print you use, right? If you get too greedy and use expensive prints, you see your money just vanish. But if you use the
right.
smaller ones, you can tend to get it to last longer,
I think I did 30 or 50,000 clicks on EP1 and was only like down like 20 ped.
right? Yeah, it's not bad at all.
No, it's not. And that's with TT and everything.
Wow.
Okay, let's switch over to the hacker so that you can see.
Oh yeah, we can see the results of your crafting run, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you got over TT, eh? Percentage
Yeah.
107. Or no, return
0.71.
51.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest with numbers, so I'll probably have to read it a few times to actually figure it out. It's like 2 years later. Oh yeah, that's what it means. Stream paused. Oh, you left. Oh, you're back.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I was checking some stats.
That's all good. Yeah, so if anyone's wondering my plans in Entropia, I think what I'm going to do is collect one more barrel of oil, and then we're going to start our adventure flying back to another planet. And we'll have to pick a planet. So if anyone wants, I think I'm going to go back to Rocktropia because I've seen Bonnie there a lot lately. So maybe we can collaborate with Bonnie on a stream sometime again. I don't think I've dropped by and said hi to her for like a year or something, so it'd be good to drop by one of her streams. Not that I'm just trying to steal her viewers. I swear. No, Bonnie's pretty good like that. Last time I was hanging out around her when she was doing her stream, she wasn't too upset about it, but I think there was other people on the team. They got upset because I was kind of just mooching off of them. What I was doing was running around them, so anytime that they were hunting, a lot of fruit and stones just kept appearing. So I would just run around and pick up the fruit and stones. Hey, we just got a new subscriber. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't even notice. Holy shit, we got 4 viewers and 4 likes. Awesome. Yeah, so maybe we can drop by Bonnie's stream, say hi, and I'll try to pick up some rocks and fruits while she's doing those epic hunts. I think that's what the game does. If you're doing like a really big hunt, sometimes they'll just get the rocks and the fruit to appear to you more often. Or it could just seem like that. So if you find someone who's hunting like really big creatures, just run around them and be surprised how often there's like rocks or fruit that just appear. Unless they get really mad and they're like, hey, get out of here. Stop following me. Yeah, I think that's what happened last time when I was in Bonnie's stream. I was running around picking up the fruit and stones. And I kept telling them, I'm like, whoa, I just picked up a whole bunch of more papillon, a whole bunch of more burkite. They're like, hey, man, get out of here. Which is funny, too, because those players that hang out with Bonnie, they're such, like, uber players, spending so much money. I didn't think they would actually care about me picking up a little bit of rocks or fruit or something. It's not like it's actually worth anything compared to what they're hunting. Maybe it's just the principle. They're like, get these freeloaders out of here. Man, this oil rig, it must be turned on to slow. Well, yes. Oh, yeah, that was the news on Arcadia. So someone was asking, like, why are the deeds going up in money so much? I don't even know what's causing it. Probably because one person's just going on a buying spree. They're buying them up like crazy, so the price goes up. It's the only thing I can think of. I don't think the loot return has been that much better on them. Yeah, it'd be nice if all of a sudden they were paying like 2 or 3 pack a day. That'd be sweet. Yeah, can you imagine this type of thing was in World of Warcraft and you could get like free stuff spring out? How many people would just show up? Oh, John's gone.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, it says your stream is ended though, eh?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, which planet are you gonna go to, eh?
I think I'm probably gonna stay on Cali for the next while. I still got like 14,000 crafting attempts to do on this basic filters.
Nice. Maybe drop by the oil rig.
I can only do about 5,000-6,000 attempts every day.
Now, what I like to do is try to mix up some of the free activities with some of the paid activities, so at least you balance it out a bit. So you're not just doing one or the other. You try to mix it up. Go pick up some oil, pick up some fruit and stones, pick up some sweat, and then go back to the pay stuff. Yeah, it's kind of nice if you like waste a whole bunch of money on a crafting run and then you get like maybe 3K sweat. It can help cut back the losses a little bit. Yeah, I should try to find the picture. One day I came to the Arcadia thing and they changed the animation. So there was like a whole bunch of barrels of oil here, but they were just decoration. I was like, what the fuck? I was trying to pick them up and I couldn't. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, oh, it's just decoration oil. But that decoration didn't stay there long. They got rid of it. I did get a picture of it before they took away it, though. Oh, Adam's here. Adam Hollett and Bilius. Oh yeah, Bilius, a new subscriber. Thanks a lot, man. Sorry I'm getting your name wrong. All right, so Adam Hollett, his question is, oh, I thought I saw the trail of, whatchamacallit, asteroid. Did anyone see the asteroid trail? I thought I saw one. No, no one ran. All right, so let's get back to the viewer question. They're changing the engine. Yep, let's get back to it. We'll close the stream from John right now for a sec. So yeah, what was it? The Cry Engine 5, I think, is that the one? I think I just closed it.
Yeah.
Entropia new game engine. Oh yeah, John confirmed it. Cry Engine 5. So yes, they are changing the new Entropia engine, and it's going to support cell phones, it's going to support home consoles, and support computer. Where it says that it has the option to. And when we went to the official Mindark page, they even talked about the mobile quite a bit. So they're definitely on board with trying to make the full game support on PC and mobile this time. I think they tried to do that with this one, but the roller coaster, or the Tycoon Entropia software on app on the cell phone, they could only do crafting and they could only do your inventory. So they weren't able to port the whole game to cell phone. But apparently the new engine will be able to, which would be pretty sweet. And, oh yeah, and then the new engine is going to support VR and possibly AR, so augmented reality. So what we were talking about in today's episode is hopefully they'll give everyone a new apartment and the new game engine as like a prize for everyone that came and takes part in the transition to the new engine and just doesn't quit the game. So every player in the new Entropia will have an apartment tied to their account. And it's not a big one, just a very tiny, tiny apartment. But the catch will be one of those rooms will be tieable to a real life room in your house so that you can use it with augmented reality. So you could tie it to your living room, you could tie it to your gaming room, you could tie it to a room in your basement. So whatever time you put your glasses on and you happen to be sitting in that room in your house, your Entropia friends will be able to walk right into that room and sit next to you just by visiting you in the game, because it'll be tied to it, right? And we'll show a little bit of an image of what I'm talking about tying it. And this all isn't for sure. This is just possibilities of what could happen. And if I had to guess, it probably won't, but we're being optimistic in this. Let's hope it happens. There it is. Like, there's always a possibility Mindark will never finish it, like Pets, how it takes years and years, but who knows. So anyways, what you could do is take your cell phone and scan your apartment, or just one room in your apartment, and then you could make a dollhouse image like this. So what I was thinking is have the Entropia game engine give everyone an apartment, and you can tie one of the rooms. Who knows, maybe some people even sync their bedrooms. Ooh. But yeah, I can imagine what would be going on in there. Yeah, Adam's an Entropia skeptic. But what I was thinking is what they could do, like people say, oh, they can't give everyone a free apartment or it'll just crash the apartment market in Entropia. But I think having it linked to an augmented reality like that will be such a huge upgrade that it really will be like a metaverse that's on par with Facebook's metaverse and the other new metaverse. I think there's a few metaverses now. So anyways, instead of just that, offer the money to have like bigger ones. So not just the apartment that's linked to your account that's like you can't get rid of it, but have like optional upgrades. so that you can actually scan more and more rooms from your real house and add it to your Entropia mansion. So say you lived in a mansion in real life, you could scan every room, have like a giant dollhouse, and then have all these links or all these rooms tied to Entropia. So it'd be a little bit wild, but I think it's doable. And then that way you could be walking around in your real house, and anytime you're wearing the glasses for augmented reality, if Entropia players came in, you would see them walk right in the room, like they were actually there. It'd be pretty wild. So I don't know if that's really going to be the future of Entropia and the metaverses, but I'm hoping so. That'd be pretty wild. All right, so Belius says World of Warcraft would never give you stuff for free. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but I heard a lot about World of Warcraft. Actually, I even own World of Warcraft. Actually, I've been into collecting games, and I bought a copy for like 50 cents somewhere. It's World of Warcraft for PC. Who knows, maybe you can't even play it without the serial code or whatever it is, but I got the game. Yeah, so I think the dollhouse idea and linking it to Entropia would be a huge upgrade, but who knows if they'll go that far. Oh yeah, and I did get extra slides ready to show the different types of augmented reality helmets that we might be able to get to work with Entropia in the future. We got this one. This was the original Google glasses, so we can see what it used to look like, or still does. I don't know if you can still buy them. So what would happen is this little piece would just change like an image, so you could see Entropia players in your house that aren't really there in real life, but you would just see them with the glasses on. It'd be pretty wild. All right, what's another one? Oh yeah, this one that I got from the image, the Dragon Ball Z scanner. This is the kind of Google glasses that I thought they were going to go with first, just one lens, so you could still see normal with your other eye and just have like a little LED display, sort of like Kakarot or what was his name, Vegeta in Nappa. Yeah, the Dragon Ball scanner adapted to Entropia. What was another visor? Was that all of them? Oh yeah, we had one more. So they're getting into like the different bigger size ones. Like the new Google one is apparently going to be bigger. So can you imagine they went this big? All of a sudden you get these giant augmented reality screens. That's pretty excessive. I don't know if we're really going to go that big. If it was me, this is probably the ones for the pandemic, so that people would still be considered wearing a mask. I don't know. That's a little bit excessive for me, but I don't know. I still like the idea of augmented reality. I want to try it. I've only tried it with Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go also does augmented reality, but just a different type of it. You don't wear the glasses. You have to actually look on the screen, if anyone hasn't tried it. Yeah, so that's some of the information we got from the Google glasses. Apple's making their own one. I don't know if I kept any of those links open. I think I closed them all, fuck. Yeah, but we had some pictures of the new ski goggle style. So maybe ski goggles that are augmented reality are going to work for Entropia in the near future. Well, within the next couple years. Oh, yes. Yes. Did we get it? We got it. Fucking A. Woo. We got some oil. Woo. Well, I was lucky. It came right to me. I always tell people how much it dropped, just so if anyone's doing trackers, they can track how much it dropped. 58. All right, so we did collect over a ped's worth, or a project Entropia dollars worth. Let's see how much oil we got. I think we got over 100. I'm pretty sure the flight that I took from Calypso used up about 2 peds worth, or maybe 1 and change. So we've paid off the oil now. That wasn't so bad. I figured we could do that. 1 day's worth trying to pick oil. We got enough to pay it back. Oh, the oil dropped on that side. How lucky were we? It doesn't drop very often on this side. Oh yeah, did anyone see the rocket there? I forgot to check. Did it actually make the meteor tail? I think it did. So soon we forget.
Hold on, I'm looking back in the video to see.
Holy, Adam has said he's been here and in playing Entropia all the way since the first engine change. And that's surprising because I was there for the first engine change too. What sucked for me when they changed engine the first time is my computer wasn't good enough to run the game anymore. So I had to wait years and years and years to save up for a new computer so I could actually play Entropia again. So that'll be the downside if people are wondering what's one of the major downsides to the new game engine. I bet you a lot of people are going to have to buy new controllers or new computers. Holy fuck. Did we just got another oil. Holy shit. God, I don't know. I feel terrible now. I'm just like stealing all the oil from everyone. We should leave. They're like, get out of here, man. You've taken the last 3. Alright, someone's got to leave. They're tired of watching me collect the oil. Yeah, I think that one did the meteor that time, if I remember correctly. I could see where it went to drop. Especially since I was so close to where... Who knows, we might actually turn a profit on our visit to Arcadia this time. Just by picking up so much oil. I remember back when I first started the game, what I would always do is try to sell blueprints from the trade terminal every time I visit a new planet and try to use that money to pay off the trip to fly there. It kind of sickens me how many times it worked. Now, trade terminal blueprints, it's not nice to sell them in the auction, but God, it's weird how many times it works. No, I think that was one of the things when I was first started to go to Rocktropia that really started to get weird. Is Rocktropia was a planet where people are mining a lot because it has hell and stuff. So what I would do is I would go there and I'd buy the trade terminal blueprint for mining. Like I can't remember what it was, like some miner equipment or something. Or yeah, the amp. So I'd buy the trade terminal blueprint from the technician that you can make new amps for mining. And then one day I was like leaving Rocktropia and I'm like, hey, I fucking lost a bunch of money when I was trying to craft on Rocktropia and I was pissed. I was like, I sweated some and I only gained some of the money back, but I'm like, fuck, why don't I try taking one of the blueprints, put it for sale for 100 just as a joke and then leave. And if it happens to sell, then I'll make some money. So obviously it didn't sell. And then when I was just about to leave Rocktropia, it sold. I was like, holy fuck, man, my trade terminal blueprint that I bought from the trade terminal sold for 100 on auction. I was like, God, that was awful. I felt terrible for selling it that much. Couldn't believe that someone actually bought it. But it's weird. Sometimes people do.
Yeah.
And it's not a nice thing to do. I probably should have never done it, but it was just when I was first starting to play Entropia, so I didn't really have the greatest morals at the beginning. I was just trying to get by. Nowadays, I really don't get into the trade terminal selling anymore. It's kind of mean to do. I'll just try to pick up oil to get by. Yeah, but what a weird sale, eh? Like, who would have thought someone would buy a trade terminal blueprint for 100? It's like, holy. There's probably someone who just wanted to craft amps and had never looked to see what the technician sells. So they didn't know that they actually sell the blueprint to make amps right from the technician. You don't actually have to buy the blueprint on auction. And you definitely don't have to buy it for a high price. could have got that same print for one peck. No, but live and learn. No one lives a perfect life. Sometimes you got to make mistakes to learn from them. Most times. If you can,
Okay, I'm setting up 5,000 clicks to run overnight. I'm probably gonna try and start winding down for the night soon.
all right, cool.
It's almost midnight for me, so
Holy shit! Oh yeah, it's 11:30. We're in the same time zone, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So one funny thing about Canada, as long as you're on the same coast, you still have the same time zone. So you can be like so far south, and it doesn't matter. We'll still have the same time zone, as long as you're the same far east.
Right.
I wonder if that goes right into South America. That'd be funny. It's like you go to Argentina, it's the same time. All right, so I guess I should let you go then if you got to go. Did you want to promote where your shops are and stuff again before you go?
FOMA. Be better and come to B block. Shop 59.
Sick.
And holler at Ami Sadcat's cat. And that's with a K and a Z.
Cool.
U for sad cats and K with a cat.
And if they want to get a hold of you, is it best to reach you in Discord or on your game or email? Or I guess you got your website too, right?
Yeah, the best would probably to either look me up in the user registry.
Yeah, where is that up here? So you can
There's
go
only
user
2
registry.
Amis with AMII. There are only 2 of them in game. Only one of them is a sad cat.
What do we type in again? AMI?
II.
AMII. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you are. Sad Cats, Amy, Sad Cats, Cat. So yeah, that's probably the best way to reach you. Or if you want to,
That's Ami.
or if you need to reach people, you can always try the Discord page too. I'm
Yeah.
usually in there at least once a day, or at least every other day or so. And yeah, if anyone needs the Discord link, just let me know. And yeah, thanks again, John, for joining us on the show. And hopefully you can come back again soon. We'll hopefully get some new information about Entropia. And what I was thinking, what I'll try to do in the future is maybe get an Entropia guest on the show. Maybe someone from whatchamacallit, Mindark. I don't know if they'll actually do that, but we'll try. That'd be cool. All right, so thanks again, John, and I appreciate your opinions on the what is it, the augmented reality. Hopefully we'll see that in the Entropia future one day. All right, see you later, man. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right, so, yep, John's out of the chat. I was going to see if I could disconnect from the chat, but I guess if we're the only person in it doesn't matter if we're still here. Delete channel? I don't think that's what it is. Whatever. Alright, so I don't know if we'll really wait to try to pick up some more oil here. Guess we could try a little bit longer. I know I've been drinking some booze, so I actually have some stamina to keep going. But hey, George just joined the chat. Hey, George, how's it going? Oh, Adam said that happened to him too. When Entropia got the new game engine last time, he had to buy a new computer also. You know, it's funny for me, when I first started playing Entropia, what was it? Oh yeah, I was playing Cybertown, and Cybertown switched to a paid service, where they used to be a free game like Entropia, but then they came out with a paid model. So I was like, oh fuck man, now I gotta pay a monthly service, so I'm gonna look to see if there's a new game. So when I went looking, I found Entropia. I was like, all right, let's try Entropia, see if it's any good, if it's better than Cybertown. Fuck, man, did I love it better than Cybertown? Oh, actually, Cybertown does some things better, but Entropia was still pretty good, so I wasn't that upset that Cybertown closed. And yeah, then I started to get into sweating. And I was thinking about starting one of those walking businesses. That was back in the day in Entropia, where you could pay get paid just to walk people places. because there wasn't any vehicles, and you could set the avatar to follow, and then you could get the avatar just to like walk you to a new place that you had never been. So some people would pay someone to like walk them to a new teleporter that they didn't have. So I was starting to get into that, and then all of a sudden the new engine came, and I couldn't play the game. And then I saved up, and then when I saved up, I actually saved up enough to get my own apartment in real life. So I moved out, got my own apartment, and then got a computer that could actually run Entropia as like one of my housewarming gifts. So that's when I started to play Entropia again, is when I actually had my own apartment. Yeah, that was pretty fun. The good old days. Now, I kept that apartment as long as I could until like inflation just got out of control. Then it was at the point where I was like paying double what I used to pay in rent, and then I had to give up the apartment. It was just too expensive to keep it. But it was nice while it lasted. I had like a studio apartment that was very small, like 600-700 square feet, but a nice big balcony, and a full-size pool, full-size gym, like a workout gym with equipment, and full-size billiards room. So I had like a really nice party room, billiards room. It was actually called the Park Place building. It was nice while it lasted. I think I lived there for like 9 years, almost 10. But that's the past, and in the future, we'll try to get a new place again. See what I get next time. Right now, I'm living in a house with my uncle and my mom, and I was helping to take care of my uncle, but he's actually reached the point where he had to go to the hospital for more care, so might not be looking after him any longer. It's actually really kind of sad, man, because I've been looking after him since, I don't know when it was I started looking after him. I think it was when my grandpa died. So, fuck, man, I don't know how many years ago that would have been. 2005 or something? Yeah, so I guess 2005 to whatever year this is. Holy fuck, man. So yeah, close to 20 years. God, man, time flies. No, it's a really big adjustment to get over. Someone you hung out with for 20 years so closely. Oh, fuck, can we get it? Did we get it? No, we didn't. I clicked it too. Fuck. Oh, he's gonna trade? Alright. Oh, close one. I think I clicked the wrong button to pick it up. No, so I was thinking about it too. Oh, he's being super nice to share the oil. Fucking A, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I should do the bow thing. How do I do that? Well, thank you. That's not the bow, but close. Oh, thanks, man. Wow, so there's so many nice people here at the rig today. Some people are even sharing the oil they picked up. That was super nice. I was gonna do the bow. It said I did the dance. Oh, there it was. Do the dance. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. I remember what Jeez, man. I never expected to do a stream today and actually get so much oil. Fuck, man. We picked up so many barrels. People are even sharing the oil. Dear God, $1.99. We almost made 2 peds worth. All right, good night, John. Have a good one. So I think I'm going to be okay when Entropia switches to the new game engine, because right now I'm on a top of the line computer. It's actually the nicest computer I've ever had in my life. So not to jinx it, hopefully it doesn't break by the time it comes out. My computer is one of those that's known for having overheating issues. So I got the thermal paste replaced, and so far so good, but you never know how long that'll really last for, right? Holy shit, we made it up to 6 likes. Thanks, everyone. Alright, so I think there was a little bit more news that I wanted to cover on the show. Can't even remember what the fuck it was still after over an hour of streaming. Holy shit, after 2.5 hours of streaming. Can't figure out how to edit. No, not edit. Weird. Weird. I don't know. Tried so many things. I can never remember how to leave to Discord rooms. I really wish they do have a button to leave, but I can just never find it. It's like right in front of me, I can't see it. Now I'm hoping there's a chance I can go to visit my uncle, at least to say goodbye to him, because man, he's been in the hospital for weeks and they're not sure how much longer he's got, but they're very strict with all the health restrictions right now, so I don't know if I'll actually get to visit him again. It's pretty sad to think, but try not to think too much about it. Now I guess the hospital's doing what's best, but man, still it seems cruel. Tell people you can't come and see their dying relatives because they don't agree with your political stance. It's fucked up. Now, I guess some people will say that the whole health restrictions isn't really a political stance because they're leaders in every political party. They keep implementing it, so it doesn't really apply politically that much. Yeah, I don't know what triggered the oil. It seemed like all of a sudden it was coming out of the rig like crazy, right? Wasn't it like 2 back to back? Holy shit, made up to 7 likes. That'll be the day once Entropia episodes start getting 10 likes or double digits. Hey, Steadfast is here. How's it going? Yeah, late night. Holy shit. Yeah, it is almost midnight. I didn't even notice. So it happens when you start drinking and smoking weed. Whole night goes and disappears. It's weird. The beers I'm pouring, they're just not foaming very much. Hopefully they didn't freeze in the other room. You know, I got all my beers piled up in the workshop, so they're not really in the fridge, but there's no heat in the workshop, so it is part of the house, but there's no heat rad, so it does get a lot colder than the rest of the house. So far, so good. It's tasting nice and cool. Yeah, that's what I noticed. Not only is it cold up north, but even today in south, it's actually cold here today too. Very bitter. Now I've been trying not to get too down the dumps that my uncle's in the hospital. I'm probably not going to be coming home, but at the same time I was thinking, you know what? It's like, I remember back in the day when my grandfather died, and everyone was really sad, me included. But despite him dying, it was all of a sudden my Uncle Pete didn't have anyone to live with anymore that he was directly related to, other than his stepmother. So we ended up taking him in, so he had a place to live, and I got like a new uncle who became my new best friend for like 20 years. So despite my own grandfather dying, it was kind of like opening the door to like a whole new stage of my life, hanging out with my Uncle Pete. So that's what I was thinking, as much as it sucks that my Uncle Pete has kind of reached the end of being able to stay at our place, and now he's got to stay in the hospital. As sad as that is, I got to try to remember, at least now it's kind of, my life has reached the point where there's like a new fork in the road. So I'll have to be going a new direction, and as sad as it is, sometimes that's just how life works. We're not always stuck in the same spot doing the same thing over and over again. Eventually life changes and you got to adapt to it, and hopefully the next new roads that I take will be pretty exciting too, and try to appreciate all the time that I got to spend with my grandpa and my uncle, and not get too upset that it wasn't forever, because nothing lasts forever, really. Try to remain optimistic to some degree. Now I was going through some photo albums that we got, and all the pictures with my uncle over the years, and at least we got a lot of memories saved. Kind of wish I took more video, but hey, don't we always say that, right? You never realize that you should take more memories at the time, because at the time it seems like it's going to last forever. Now, if anyone's wondering how my uncle was doing, I know a bunch of people ask. It's like, they gave him oxygen for a while, and they gave him some antibiotics, but I think he's still having rough issue getting over a cough and some pneumonia, so it's definitely not a good situation. My mom keeps going to visit him, at least, because she's all up to date with the public health measures, and they allow one person in to see him. And they said that they were so shocked that he was able to talk, because they've talked to him a million times in the hospital. He never responds to anyone. But that's kind of the state he's in right now, is that he will respond, but it's very rare. So some people are so shocked that when my mom goes to visit him at the hospital, they thought he was a vegetable. But no, he can still talk and everything. So all of a sudden when my mom came in and he started talking, all the nurses and doctors that have been looking after him for the past 2 weeks, they like jumped, because they thought that he was a vegetable. They didn't know that he could actually still communicate. I was trying to tell that to the doctors, but it's hard for them to believe it, right? Because they talk to him for weeks and he never responds. He doesn't even move, so it's hard to tell that he's actually still there. And if you try to force him to move, he will a little bit, but if you don't force him, he won't move at all. So it's hard to tell that he even can move. And when he does, it's very small amounts. And there's a lot of cases, a lot of people getting like deadly pneumonia lately. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of 2 young women in the past few weeks that have both died from pneumonia. So I don't know how that's even possible. I've never really heard of young people dying from pneumonia before, but I guess that's becoming more and more common in our new normal. I kind of worried about that too, because they were, well, I can't even talk about why, but there's something called self-inoculation or auto-inoculation, which we're not allowed to talk about, so I won't say what that means, but if you happen to look it up, you'll see why we're not allowed to talk about it and how it's related to increases in pneumonia lately. Holy shit, Steadfast is saying her mom had pneumonia recently too. What the fuck's with that, eh? Why is there so much pneumonia lately? Like, I get it, pneumonia has been pretty common virus over the past, like, decades or whatever, but this year it seems more common than ever. Especially dangerous pneumonia. Like, I always thought, like, pneumonia was, like, common, that you could get better on your own. Sometimes you needed antibiotics. Now it seems like antibiotic-resistant pneumonia. It's fucking scary. Holy, in the hospital too? Fuck, man, praying for her. Jesus. No, you gotta be careful. I was just sharing a fundraiser last episode of a girl that I was actually playing disc golf with about a year ago. Sadly, she passed away. I was like, holy fuck, man, I couldn't believe it. She was so young. Way younger than me. Yeah, and she caught pneumonia over the Christmas break, went in the hospital, and sadly, she didn't make it. They let her out of the hospital, and then she died after. Oh, wow. No, we knew my uncle had pneumonia because when he woke up the one morning, all you could hear when he was trying to talk was gurgling sounds. We're like, holy shit, man, that's a lot of fluid in his lungs. So then we had to get him to the hospital. They got him on a breathing, or not a breathing machine, but whatchamacallit, oxygen. So because he had pneumonia, he was getting less oxygen, so they increased the oxygen concentration level. And I'm not surprised my uncle's still going because my uncle is super strong. Despite him not being able to move, when he does move, he's still strong. And he barely has any gray hair, despite for having Down syndrome and being 60 years old. He barely has any gray hair, so it's like it's hard to tell that he's even that old. If I let all my gray hair grow in and then don't dye it, I'll look even older than him. And I'm in my 40s, for God's sakes. Yeah, my uncle was very lucky that way. When it came to aging, he really didn't age. Like, you'd never guess his age by looking at him. Alright, so thanks again to the people shopping at the shops. Paulina, Cat 1000 Fairling, and Rubaid Cigar Ted Runer. So thanks again, everyone, for shopping at the shops. Really appreciate that. Today's episode, we actually went up in money for a change. People shopping at the shops, picked up oil. I think next episode we'll fly. That's what we should do. We'll try picking up one more oil, and if we succeed, or even if we don't, we'll fly out. Or no, it's too late for me to fly, because I gotta go to bed soon. So maybe we'll fly next time. I don't know, I thought I saw oil drop there. Could be nothing. Oh, it is. There, it picked it up in one click. Wow. Alright, so I better go. I've been stealing too much oil from everyone. So let's leave these people and give them some oil too. I don't want to be hoarding all the oil. See you, everyone. Good night. And good luck. Yeah, that's Arcadia for you, man. Like, even though there's a lot of people at this Royal League, a lot of nice people, fucking made over $2.50. So if anyone's wondering, that's $2.50 in the game money. But in US dollars, that works out to be about 25 cents. So it's not a lot, but when you think I'm just playing a video game and picking up money on the ground, it's kind of weird. Alright, so let's take some of these Ortons out of here. Help the players out. Oh yeah, we can't sweat these guys. Come on, midget, come with us. Excuse me. Alright, so while we leave this place, we'll keep an eye out for fruit on the ground. Maybe we'll find some rocks or fruit. I don't know, did that creature keep chasing us? He never did. What a fucker. I tried to lure him away so other people could get oil better, but for some reason he didn't chase us. Looked like he was going to do it. Yeah, hope everyone has a good weekend. Happy Friday. Let the partying begin. This was a pretty epic week for me. Got a dentist appointment finished. Got lots of snow shoveling finished. Feeling a little bit drained, but hopefully after a rest on the weekend we'll be doing better. I did go a little bit overkill on the vaporizing today. Gonna have to quit that soon. Hoping February I can get the month of sobriety done for the year. That'll be sweet. Then I can just party for the rest of the year. Now February is not too bad of a month for sobriety. I know it's going to be kind of rough for shoveling. That'll be the rough one. I was thinking winter sounds ideal for doing a sobriety binge, but the problem with it is I really need a little bit of intoxication to shovel snow, because man, if I don't, my body will just ache so bad. I get to the point where I have to take Tylenol, and if I have to compare taking Tylenol to just having a joint or some beer every now and then, I think I'm better off probably with the, well, who knows. When it comes to booze, maybe not better than Tylenol, but at least the weed is, I hope. I know Tylenol isn't that bad, but if you keep taking it all the time, it definitely is not good for your system. Especially excessive amounts of it. No, once you get shoveling snow, like I swear, if I don't have to vaporize weed, I'll be taking like 2 or 3 Tylenol a day at least, extra strength. But if I vaporize and have a beer or two, I don't even feel it. I feel the weed and beer, but not the pain from shoveling. And shoveling wasn't too bad. Like, despite we had that record storm, at least it was fluffy. If it was like fucking slush, oh man, it would have been a nightmare. So luckily it was light and fluffy. Very deep, but light. And who knows, hopefully that's the last big storm for the year, but we still got a whole month and a half to go, so see what happens. Well, a month and 10 days. What the hell? No fruit or stones anywhere? What the hell's going on? Oh yeah, and I got some good news for the vlogging channel. So that's how I was kind of getting down in the dumps that I'm not looking after my uncle anymore, and it seems so weird. I'm just in a house that's a lot bigger now because 1/3 of the people don't live here now anymore, and it's kind of really sad. But yeah, at least some of my podcasting equipment arrived in the mail today. So, or vlogging equipment. So when I go traveling up north or to Mexico or wherever I travel, I'm going to have some new gear, and it arrived this week. So I've been testing it out a little bit. It's working better than I expected. I know a lot of people have been trying to solve the mystery about what's the best way to record vlogging trips, and everyone does it differently, so no one's really found the way yet. So who knows, I'll try my best and try some of the new gear and see how it works. Excuse me. It's so funny because people have been trying to find different devices to hold the camera so that they don't have to hold it and they can still do stuff. And in most cases, it comes down to just a selfie stick and someone holding it because they can't find any other way to do it. But now I got this umbrella holder. I was like, hey, an umbrella holder, that sounds like the type of technology that might work with the 360 cam. So it's like, if I take an umbrella holder and attach it to a tripod, could I get it to work? So I tried looking up a bunch of different umbrella holders, compared about 20 different types, and found one that I think might work. So we'll try it out. It was very cheap, only like 20 bucks, so at least it's not a expensive experiment to try. If it fails, it's not the end of the world. But man, if all of a sudden I can travel vlog hands-free without having to hold a selfie stick, that'll be pretty sweet. I don't think it's going to work. I think the odds of it working is maybe 10%, but hey, at least it's a chance. We'll see if it works. Oh, there we go. Look what we found. Bombardo. Holy shit, we picked up 193. Wow. That's what you call a stack. Now, if anyone's wondering where I'm going, I'm just running to the teleporter so we can pick up fruit on the way. I don't think you can actually walk the whole way there without dying, but see what happens. I've never even seen that creature before. Camelodon? Wow. I should try to scan it. I don't know if anyone's tried the scanning equipment. It's pretty cool. Man, if he attacks me while I'm scanning him, I'm fucked. He's level 69. Nice sounding number, but I'll still die. Oh, I unlocked a challenge just by scanning him. Extremely high health. Speaking of extremely high, no, just kidding. Now I'm barely catching a buzz. I don't know. I did drink a couple beers and smoke some weed, but I've been doing so much of it the past month and a half that fuck, barely catch a buzz anymore. Oh, I forgot to hit enter. Oh well. At least I shared the link to the show right at the end of the episode. I know you're supposed to share it at the beginning of the episode, but it's just how we roll today. Dum-de-dum-dum. I don't know, man. I was still thinking about that augmented reality setup. I'm just like so hyped about that. If Entropia really does that in the future, give everyone their own apartment, add the augmented reality features, give people the option of buying the Google or Apple glasses, having your friends and family come over to visit your virtual apartment and you'll actually see them. So you could just sit in your living room and then have your friends and family come over and sit next to you and you'll see them. But it's just an illusion because they're not really there. That'll be so weird, right? But that's the future we're going into, and hey, if we're into lockdowns and there's no other way you can see people, then what better way to start trying new stuff? Yeah, I remember Beamer used to come here. The mines. The Orton mines. Yeah, it's off to say the haul in our Arcadia this time around wasn't so bad. I was worried that I would lose a lot of money trying to come here and pick up the gifts. Fuck, made 256 of that. Picked up 44 fruit, 193 bombardos. Pretty good stack all around. Ah, shit, we even got 300 sweat. So I think we pulled a profit off. Not by much, but... Oh yeah, that's right, but I gotta burn the oil to get back. So wherever I fly to, we'll have to recuperate those losses. And it's got a clamp, so you can hook something to a pole that's sticking out of the top of like a backpack. Except the backpack isn't really a cloth backpack, it's like a plastic one. And it's like solid so that it can hold weight. Weight from like a tripod or umbrellas. That's how I figured, if it's strong enough to hold an umbrella in the wind, should easily be able to hold up a tiny camera. Especially the really tiny ones I got. Alright, let's hit up the storage. Holy shit, we already got 500 oil here. So we'll drop that, add it to the stack. 851 oil. Alright. Fucking A. Alright, let's check out our Bombardo stack. Woo! 698. 69 again. I like the sound of that number. Alright, let's go orange. Holy shit, papillons. We got 1,000. And it was funny, I was watching a video about the history of fruit the other day. I think that's what the name papillon translates to. It actually means fruit. Bless me. I know it sounds like a cough, but it's actually a sneeze. I wonder how much these trading cards are worth. Got them years and years ago. Nothing. Alright, so we got 1,000 fruit. If anyone wants 1,000 fruit on our or an Arcadia, just let me know. I've got 1,000 in storage, I can sell it to you. As long as it's a reasonable price. Let's check what the market value is. Used to be 100,000, now it's 46,000. So it's lost half its value in a month. So that sucks. We'll probably wait another month and see if it goes back up to 100,000. Fuck, man, 100,000, that'd be good. Maybe because we're on Arcadia, it already sells for more. I don't know. I'd have to check and find out. Holy shit, what teleporter did we go to? This is a pretty nice looking one. Ah, Cos. That's the one. Alright, so I guess we better wrap up the show. Holy shit, we're over the 3-hour mark. Longest episode ever. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a good Friday. Let's check out the sponsor message.
If you happen to get any vibrant sweat in your vaporizer, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. Today's sponsor message. If you happen to get, oh god man, been drinking too much. Alright, let's just go to the patron message.
It's funny, it only takes a couple beers and all of a sudden I can't do the sponsor message. Alright, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, and everyone at Patreon, thanks a million. And Society 6, finishing quick is my specialty. Saying it comes on t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. IDO TV, pays you to watch videos, swag bucks to shop, GameKit to try games, and free Bitcoin. It's a wallet system for crypto. I know crypto's been tanking lately, so make sure everyone's been careful with that. I don't know, crypto is one of those things I tried to get into it and failed every time, and maybe it was a good thing. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, anyone who's winning or losing in crypto, just try to remember, there's more to life than money. There's also booze. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's also family and health and all that shit, so try to remember that. If you got those, you're way ahead of anyone with money. Alright, so anyways, virtual maid sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Just kidding. But no, hopefully I will be going out more this year. It was a sad day when my uncle had to go to the hospital, but at least I got to try to look at least I got some of my freedoms back again to go out and do stuff, so we'll see how long it lasts for. I'm starting to worry how long it's going to be till other family members run into bad health issues, because everyone I know is pretty much at that age now, but hopefully for the time being I'll have some free time and hopefully it'll last for a while. But anyways, yeah, the virtual mate, if you want 10 bucks off on a purchase of 150 or more, just use the coupon code below, LYNBS. That's LYNBSN. No, it's not a fake code, it's real, and I get a cutback, just to let you know. Alright, so anyways, what else do we got? I think, let's go back to the game. Was that everything? Yeah, and to summarize what we got done in the game today, we did pick up enough oil to pay for our flight to Arcadia. If anyone's got an idea of where they'd like to see me fly next, excuse me, just let me know in the chat and I'll try to fly there. But as it stands now, I think we're going to fly back to Rocktropia. It's one of my favorite planets to hang out. Or maybe we'll get a hold of Ken and find out what planet he's hanging out at. And we'll go meet up with him and do an episode and find out his crafting tricks. Because I know in the past he's mentioned his crafting tricks are really good and he doesn't mind sharing them. So we'll talk to Ken, see what he's been up to for crafting. Alright, so anyways, let's, I guess we'll go to the fire screen. Let's do that. Alright, for some reason, I cannot even remember the fire screen. I know you've had too many beers, man. Alright, let's try this again. If you happen to get any, let's go with the papillon. I think it's fruit in Spanish, or maybe a different language. But anyways, if you happen to get some of that in your vaporizer, maybe Latin, that could be it. And it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like and a share. Really appreciate it. And just make sure you never buy the products in the sponsor message I couldn't do.
Because it will ruin your life.
Bye for now, everyone. See you later. Sorry, I'll try to mix up the voices here. We won't do baby voice every time. Maybe we'll start doing the demon voice. Forget which one that one is. I made a card that said what each voice is, and I lost the card. So I'll have to make a new one. Alright, so see you everyone. Thanks. Oh yeah, let's say shout out to all the viewers. Shit, we had lots today. John Madcat, thanks again for coming on the show and chatting. It was really nice. Matt Gremlin, John, Carabine Acid, Slavic Letters, Love Face HD, keep your clothes on ladies, Romeo Fox, Roger Bridges, Carbon Acid, Love Face, Adam, Bilius, oh yeah, Bilius, thanks again for subscribing, that was fucking epic. It's always nice to get a new subscriber. And what is it, Slavic? Oh yeah, George dropped by to say hi, and Steadfast. So thanks everyone. Not worthy, not worthy. Alright, so let's wrap up the show, and yeah, we'll get going too. Alright, so bye for now, and I'll try to do another Entropia episode soon, and everyone can let me know in the chat, what do you think about augmented reality coming to Entropia? I think it's a mixed bag, could be good, could be great, probably a little bit of both. Alright, see ya, bye for now, later. Bye. Yeah, I think I'm sold on augmented reality. If it comes, I'm buying it.